In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Hey, doofuses and douchebags. Wonderful to have you. It's Steel Toe time. I'm here. I changed shirts. I've showered since the last show. I'm a whole new person, really. I don't have to save face anymore, Mrs. Sellner. It's a 20-year-old movie reference. I thought that's how we'd start tonight. Welcome. I have a lot of things to update you on. One in particular that I don't want you to jump to conclusions on right away, either good or bad, because some of you, and this may come as a shock because a lot of you don't practice a lot of self-awareness, especially those who don't think you're the biggest Toe fans, even though you are. Some of you jump to conclusions and you're always wrong. So I don't want you to do that. Believe it or not, I still care about you. I know that drives you nuts, but I still want to make sure you're okay up here because a lot of you you've missed a lot of pills. So I'm gonna tell you something, and I don't want you to jump to conclusions, okay? This is a show. This is fun. This is not going to kill you if you don't get your way. Johnny, just wait a second, okay? Wait. Johnny is not going to be in tomorrow. Just hold on. Johnny, in fact, will not be in.
Oh,
Shut up.
Buddy.
What? Shut up. Johnny will not be in tomorrow. In fact, Johnny will not be in for the rest of the week.
And there will be gorilla shit all over down there.
That's not true. Johnny will not be in tomorrow, and then for the rest of the week...
The Almighty says, don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Can I get there, please? Johnny will not be in for the rest of the week. He's got some computer issues, and he's feeling a little sluggish. So he's not dead.
You're a dishonest cunt!
It's true. Johnny is very busy.
But if you want to talk about sucking Jew dicks,
he is not sucking Jew dicks. And I did not kill Johnny. I did not harm Johnny in any way.
God-awful bunch of malcontents. I hope you all kill each other.
Hey, nobody's dead. He's fine. He just has a problem.
What is the major problem, do you think?
Too much hormones?
No, it's not. He's not a homo. And it has nothing to do with the Viking cheerleaders or anything like that. Johnny will not be in tomorrow, and Johnny will not be in for the rest of the week. His computer's having issues. If I were an old man, I would say his computer's on the fritz. But I'm not going to say that. He's having some computer issues. He thinks they should be cleared up by next week. He's also feeling a little bit run down. Yeah. So don't worry, Johnny is just feeling a little run down and he's having some computer problems, so he won't be back until Monday. He is not dead.
Oh, no. Oh,
Oh, jeez.
I said he's not dead.
Okay, faggot, what's next?
All right. So now that we've got that out of the way, Johnny is fine. Johnny will be okay. Johnny knows he has an open invite from this program to take a rest whenever he needs it. Johnny has a medical condition. Johnny has a medical condition, and sometimes he needs a little rest. That plus his computer, perfect time for him to rest. Oh, Angelica's here, and she's as salty as ever. She says, did you have to mow again? That's the only time you think to change your shirts for morning. Now, first of all, the fact that you think that, the fact that that is even a theory you've developed in your head from a podcast you watch is remarkably troubling and an insight into your mental health. I just want to let you know that. Take it if you want to. We know you ain't going to the gym. I mean, I do go to the gym. And again, that shouldn't bother you either. There is no part of me going to a gym that should upset you. Pull it together, Angelica. You were doing much better. You're getting peri-social again. So please. 09 Canyon says, yeah, you said he's not dead, but we know how far we can trust your word. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, you mean the part where I'm right about everything and I make people cry and whine and complain when I'm right about it? You're right. I apologize. Trampling at the Zoo says, Myron Gaines, and I'm watching your white ass. JK, I only like him when you're not podcasting, or internet gang, or whatever you call this. Internet gang sounds good. Myron Gaines, he's not bad, is he? I watched a Too Lazy to Try video today. I didn't know about these like big Persian guys with beards who like yell about who's the bigger man. I didn't know that there's this whole subset of like Instagram and streaming, and they're these big muscle bound like lift gym bro, but they're like Persian dudes and they have giant beards. Like, it is always good to be respected and feared. No, bro, you can't be feared. You have to be loved. And it's like I don't know if you guys know who, I don't know any of their names. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but I just got introduced to these guys today. I was playing MLB The Show, and I had something on, Too Lazy to Try. A little notification came up, so I go, okay, I'll try to multitask. I'll listen to a little Too Lazy to Try while I play MLB The Show. And I learned about this new world of like bodybuilder bros who do like alpha male podcast. It's fucked up. It's damaged. I can't turn to any corner of the internet anymore and not see the serious mental health rot of the once great American empire. I imagine this is what like still sane Romans saw, you know, and kind of what Romans thought as they watched their country devolve into degradation and blasphemy and shittiness all around them, was just like, well, I guess we're just going to do this till it's all over. And indeed they did. And I think that's what we have now. Sorry, Angelica, I didn't mean to run you off. I know you haven't written in since. I didn't mean to go too hard on you. I know you guys are sensitive. I apologize. Gray Duckling with $2 says, I believe it's called mental retardation, fella. Whatever they call it. I just wish when I first learn of these things, I want to bring them up. And I just hope that somebody else knows about them. Because when nobody else knows about them, I'm like, no, I'm not crazy. This is a thing that people are doing now, is they're gym bros and they're like, the world is a place where men need to be men. And the men, what is it? He was like, men do not, if you are in a room with other men, they have all these rules for dudes. It's like, if you are in a room with another man, you do not talk negative about another man who is not there. You only talk positive about the other men. And then, like, one of them they found out was a kid diddler, so, like, he had to be run off the scene, and it's fucking insane, dude. It's again, what I love about entertainment being so balkanized now is that, like, there are no famous people anymore, and I think that's, in a weird way, that's good. There are no famous people. There's just these little fiefdoms, And you don't have to know they exist if you don't want to. And I think that's a wonderful thing. But I still don't know who any of these guys are. And none of you apparently know who any of these guys are, which makes me so proud of you. You have no idea how much it means to me that none of you know what the fuck I'm talking about. It means you have lives. It means you're normal. It means you're good. And Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, God bless you. God bless you. Aaron's gym is a gay strip club. Dude, a workout's a workout, all right? Just take it easy. Aaron's new gym is in the old Sugar Daddy's location. Good point by Bapa Shab. He says, how do you think we feel about seeing and hearing your gay sex activities? I don't have gay sex activities, but I understand that would be troubling if you had to hear about them. 09 Canyon with a theory. No steam room at Aaron's gym, but they have 2 steam tables and 4 heat lamps. Now, no offense to the steel toe haters, but do you see how much more fun and how much funnier than you our actual fans are because they don't live their life by this and take it so seriously? They're just like, oh, you mean we don't have to be Geraldo Rivera and try to do gay investigative reporting into a podcast guy? We can just yes and make shitty jokes about his gym. And now, don't get me wrong. All of the jokes center around the thesis that I'm a secret homosexual and that's all my gym does is gay stuff. The gym I go to is now just gay. You don't need to call them and cry and complain. You can just make jokes and be a fun person or skip your medication and be severely depressed. One of the two. Now, people in the chat, now their big issue is that I said secret homosexual. I've offended them. It's not supposed to be. Okay. You know what? I understand. You and I, not a secret. I'm sorry. You know what? I feel like we got off on the wrong foot tonight. I really do. And I feel like it's on me. I do feel like it's on me. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much. Toad Climbs Mountains with a great point says, isn't that what every gym is? He ain't wrong. All right. Hit like, hit thumbs up right now. Hit share, hit follow, hit all of that good stuff. I appreciate it. We have a lot to talk about today. Alex Stein and Laura Loomer are fighting with each other. I love this. I thought about maybe cold calling Alex on the show tonight, but if he doesn't answer, I just look like a bigger dipshit. We also have the Trump, I almost said Bush, Trump, Zelensky / Europe meetings, which went, I mean, if the last meeting is any comparison, it went very well today. The Italian prime minister apparently fucking hates the German prime minister or is annoyed by the German prime minister. We got a couple clips of that. I think, call me a Mark, call me a Rube. I'm the guy who sides with nothing's going to happen until something happens. I think we're coming in on the last couple of months of this Ukraine-Russia war. I think we've just about got the finer points knocked out. I think Putin's going to grab a little land. I think Ukraine's going to get all of the defense guarantees of NATO membership without actually being a member of NATO. Everyone's going to get a little bit of something from all this. And I think we might be in the last couple of months. I do. Dinosaur Fuel says Russia bombed Ukraine today. LOL. Well, yeah, there's still a war going on. Like the whole reason we're talking is so that we can get the war stopped. They didn't sign a ceasefire or anything like that today. So the fighting's going to keep going. But I think they're starting to nail down some of the finer points. Clearly for Ukraine, the defense guarantees is a big one. And for Russia, they want some land. So I do. Look, and I understand it's a crazy thing for me to say because I'm the one who always tells you guys, don't believe anything until it happens. Nothing ever happens. I think we might. I'm going to finally put myself out there to get hurt again. And I'm going to say that I think this Russia-Ukraine thing, done by Halloween. Done by Halloween. That's my prediction. Remember it. Write it down. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. What do you do? Baba Shab says, I don't. This shit will never end because of Western greed. Those people are fodder. Well, I mean, Slav life historically has never exactly been valued. quite like Western life. That is fair to say. Veldrain says, if the war in Ukraine ends, where will all the African warlords get their U.S. military equipment? They're going to have to get it right from the cow, aren't they? Oh, man, how mad were you when you found that out? That Ukraine was taking the weapons we were giving them, selling them at a markup to like Sudanese and Yemeni warlords? Awesome. And guess what we did about that? Not a goddamn thing. Not a goddamn thing. I bet you that Ukrainian cabinet got filthy fucking rich off of it, though, while people died and starved. Isn't that how war works? All right, guys, let's get into a show tonight. Thank you very much for being here. And as far as your support goes, unbelievable show this morning. That was so nice and easy. You got up over 300 memberships on Rumble, so I went till 11. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we're not going until 9 o'clock tonight. Because we're 95 memberships away from 400. I'm going to go. Here's what I'll do. If we get to 400 memberships tonight, I will do a 2.5 hour show Thursday with no goal. 95 gifted memberships. I'm pretty sure that's tonight's goal and tomorrow night's goal. So I'm going to go ahead and say, if you guys get to 400 gifted memberships today, I will do a 2.5 hour Thursday show. So thank you guys very much. 195 is our number for tonight. You are the evening show. You do have a reputation of being remarkably generous. And, well, you know me. I am not about to encourage you to put a stop to that anytime soon. Here we go. The Alex Stein Laura Loomer thing. Sam Show will like this. So you know that story we did today about the Israeli cyber chief getting busted in a Chris Hansen type sting in Las Vegas? So Clark County officials, they've kind of fleshed this thing out now. What happened was Clark County officials, Thomas, he got a goofy ass fucking name, Tom Alexandrovich, the Israeli cyber chief, was in Las Vegas and he got busted for using a computer to attempt to hook up with what he thought was an underage girl. It was a sting operation set up by Clark County. They bust him. They get this guy, big fish. And they also got some pastor as well, some known pastor in that area. So they got both of those guys. The FBI, and we're guessing this was, what's his name? The Indian guy, Kash Patel. People are thinking this was a Kash Patel joint. The FBI intervened, went to Clark County and said, let this guy go, cut him loose. And Clark County was like, well, no. This guy he was caught red-handed trying to hook up with a minor. We set him up. We have the chat logs. We have the whole deal. This guy's going to face charges. He was arrested. He was questioned. He was arrested on suspicion of these charges. FBI intervenes. Guy's on a plane back to Israel same day. So he's back in Israel. And for those of you who don't know, this is not an uncommon thing. Israel hides PDF files. Not even, I shouldn't even say hides them. So Israel will take in Jewish PDF files who hurt our children. They will hurt American children. And Israel will stash them there and not extradite one of their own. It is such bullshit. I want to see this happen with Iran. I was going to say Saudi Arabia, but I was like, you know what? We might actually let Saudi Arabia get away with that one too. But I would like to see an Iranian do this or, a Pakistani do this or anything like that. This would not be allowed to happen. And no country that did this would be a friend of the United States. God, it's like every day you're like, maybe I should, every day I go, maybe I should ease up on the whole Israel's occupying our country and Israel's murdered one of our presidents at least and overthrown our government and wields incredible blackmail power over the United States government. And then the Epstein cover-up happens. You go, okay, maybe I shouldn't back off. Maybe because they do try to gaslight you all the time. And then something like this happens and you go, as bad and as corrupt and as awful as I thought it was, it's way worse. And now I wonder, what else don't I know? And then Sam Show will chime in and go, a lot, bro, a lot. So Israel's cyber chief gets arrested, gets to go back to Israel. He's got a court date, August 25th. You think he's going to make it? You think next Monday he's going to be in the Las Vegas courtroom? Yeah, me neither. I don't think so either. I think he's going to be noticeably absent from that court date. Do you think we'll ask Israel to send him back for the, yeah, I didn't think so either. So Alex Stein tweets about this, which is interesting because I kind of thought Alex Stein was like solidly team blue and white. I thought Alex was team Israel big time, but maybe he's opened his eyes too. So he tags Laura Loomer in a tweet. And thank you to, oh, goddamn, give me 1 second. I want to find out who sent this to me. Professor Tie-Dye sent me this one. Thank you, Professor Tie-Dye, for sending this. Alex Stein said, why hasn't @Laura Loomer mentioned this? Why is Trump letting these PDF files get away with hurting children? Why aren't more mainstream outlets talking about this story? Well, Al, come on. Come on, don't just ask the question, answer them. Why hasn't Laura, here, I'll answer the questions. Why hasn't Laura Loomer mentioned this? Because he's a Jew. Why is Trump letting these PDF files get away with hurting children? Because he's a Jew. Why aren't more mainstream outlets talking about this story? Because a lot of them are run by Jews. There you go. That's why. We know all the answers. Yay. Yay. So Laura Loomer then responds to Alex and says, how am I connected to this? Can I? Sam Show, do you want to answer that one? Laura says, how am I connected to this? Anybody? Just go ahead. Shout it out when you've got it. Just go ahead. Yell it out above the... Yes, absolutely. Yes, and that's what you do with your food as well. How am I connected to this? Are you saying because I'm Jewish, I'm responsible for crimes committed by every Jew? I mean, that's not what I was saying, but fuck it. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm cool with that. I mean, every crime Hamas commits, you guys hold the people of Gaza accountable for and murder their babies. So if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, right? And by the way, Laura, I say you, Miss Loomer, because you are not an American first. You are clearly Team Israel. So you guys, I'm drawing a line now, and you got to get on either side of that line. You're an American and you support the United States of America, or you're Israeli and you support Israel. You can't do both anymore because our interests do not align. So she says to Alex Stein, how am I connected to this? Are you saying because I'm Jewish, I'm responsible for crimes committed by every Jew? What are you trying to say? That's just, fuck it, Alex. Just go with that one. Whenever people try to bully an answer out of you or gaslight an answer out of you, just go, yeah, sure, fuck it. That's Corey Adam always used to do that. People are like, oh, are you saying because I'm a Jew, I'm responsible? Like trying to put you on the back foot. He'd be like, I mean, I wasn't, but sure, let's go with it. So Alex wrote back to her, I'm curious why you haven't called out government leadership for letting a child molester walk free from harming a child. I figured since you were deplatformed, you might be interested in Tom Alexandrovich, who is the cybersecurity expert for Israel and is in charge of online censorship. That's another thing. This Alexandrovich guy, he's the one who got Grok shut down for a while because Grok was starting to talk a little A to the H. So then right after Alex tweets that, she tweets, in my opinion, if you are found guilty of PDF, you should get the death penalty, and then goes, including Muhammad. So even when she's calling out, and she's not even directly calling out this Tom Alexandrovich, she's got to get a Muslim dig in there. Yeah, we get it, Laura. We all know you hate Muhammad. We're just a little iffy on whether or not you think, like a lot of Jews do, no offense, there's no sense in holding back anymore. Some Jews believe they are, a lot of Jews believe that they are above everyone else. There are God's chosen people, and then the rest of us are less than. So it's not insane to think that, Laura, you might think that you and this Israeli guy are above other people. So when you say, in my opinion, if you're found guilty of PDF, you should get the death penalty, including Muhammad. Yeah, but you're obfuscating because you haven't said that this guy deserves the death penalty, which he does, by the way. Because I do agree with Laura Loomer on that. I just believe in enforcing it for everyone, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Hindu, anything. But I'll say this. Laura Loomer kind of, I feel I feel that Laura Loomer's dodging old Alex Jones. $5 from Chad D's Nuts over on YouTube. Thank you, buddy. He says, how many shulies does it take to get away with being in a child sex ring? Well, I mean, if you're the nation of Israel, it just takes one phone call to the Trump administration. They'll take care of you. Thank you for the $5, buddy. Appreciate it. 190 is our number for tonight. Get after it and throw us a couple of bucks. This evening goal goes down nice and easy. It's usually just 5, 10 at a time. You guys hammer it down. So if you got more than that, we love you all the same. Ivana Tinkle, that's very funny. Sam Show says Loomer is the super Jew. Is she? Is she like one of the bosses? I think she is one of the bosses. Pants Maestro says, to be clear, fry him, but this happens every day. You are not wrong. This does happen a lot. It's alarming how much this happens. It's alarming how much this happens and nothing is done. But like, T. Duden with a good question. He goes, so how much for Israel to buy your total support? $1,000? No, I couldn't. I mean, am I for sale? Always. But like, I can't criticize Israel at all. I have to think everything they do is good. Like forever too. God damn, man, you're talking. You know what? You may not think that you may not think that I have like morals or ethics or anything like that, but I'm going to tell you right now, it would be well into the high six figures, perhaps more. I think for me to do that, it would have to be in the millions because it would have to make me set for life. Because I got a big mouth. I couldn't shut my mouth about. And they're getting more evil, right? Like Israel's getting more evil as time goes on. So it would have to be exponential. T. Duden says yearly basis. Well, $500,000 a year, at least. Tolkien Studies says, haha, next show, Aaron is spinning dreidels. Oh, no, I'd change the name of the show to that. The name of the show would then become Spinning Dreidels with Aaron Imholt. It would be, you guys would love it. It would be great. Veldrain says, how much to hire an animator to make Muhammad cartoons? You know, when we drew Muhammad back in the radio days, back in like 2015, when that was like a thing to do, we drew Muhammad. We were live streaming then too. We were live streaming the radio show, and we thought we could get a whole lot of heat if we drew Muhammad. So we drew like a stick figure with a comically small penis and a bunch of other, like we just made it as blasphemous and as gross as we could. And we held it up. And that's when we learned the limitations of St. Cloud morning radio. We got nothing from it. That we thought maybe the Somali population here would lose their shit and that we get some calls and some letters and everything else. Unfortunately, I think people just went, oh yeah, that's good. You should draw Muhammad again. I'm like, fuck. It's not what we wanted. We wanted to get a little heat for it. Dusty Rhodes says Dusty says, I'm going to fling Jewish shit all over the arena because they hogging up the pay window, baby.
And there will be gorilla shit all over the Omni.
Dusty, can you please trust me that you don't need to write the thing 7 fucking times? If I like it, it will get read. Can you trust me, buddy? I like you. You're a good guy. You contribute to the show. We have no beef. But trust me that it will get read. Tolkien Studies says, but then you realized it's Minnesota. Exactly. No fatwas, no, death things that we didn't get what the South Park guys got. I mean, thank God we didn't get Charlie Hebdo'd. Actually, as long as they did it after 10 a.m., I was never in the building. But, yeah, we drew Muhammad, and we drew him like retarded as hell, too, and no heat. No heat. Make fun of one dopey bitch in Iowa, though. Oh, my God, you're all over the world. Pants Maestro says, spinning dreidels with Aaron sounds like a 2-on-1 with all dudes. See, now you did that. I didn't. None of us took it that way. You have to own that thought on your own. 190 away from today's goal. Let's kickstart things tonight. Let's get off to a great start. That's what I love about the evening show crowd. And then we will, we got a lot of good stuff today. We got to get through all of this Trump Zelensky stuff. It did go much, much better. It did go a lot better than that first one where they yelled at him for wearing the wrong clothes. I mean, the first, you got to admit, the first meeting between Trump and Zelensky, it could have went better. It was it was touch and go, that first one. It was basically Trump and J.D. Vance yelling at the president of Ukraine, telling him to dress nicer and not act all bitchy and respect their authority when he comes in the White House. Now that Trump's met with Putin, Ukraine's kind of gotten the shit kicked out of him for a while longer. It seems like everybody's cooled down just a little bit. Ivana Tinkle says, inbred Muhammad drawing. Yeah. Crowder wears panties says, well, he was retarded, so it all worked out. You got to give him this. He was a pretty good conqueror. He's pretty good at it. Hey, did you guys see this lottery winner in Kentucky get arrested in Florida and went fucking bananas? This is just proof that there's some kind of, maybe it's the kind of person that plays the lottery. And so just the law of averages says you're going to get a nut bar every once in a while. But like winning the lottery is almost a curse for some people. It's, I correct me if I'm wrong here, but well over half of people that win the lottery go bankrupt. They lose, and in like a year, it's very, very quick. The number one thing is they forget to pay any taxes on it. They think that the lottery is going to take care of all the taxes. You got to get that hammered out. That's number one. And then they just go spending on like crazy on houses, on cars, forgetting that these things have, continuous costs. So they go broke. They get in financial trouble. They're almost ending up worse than they were before they bought the lottery ticket. Well, this guy in Kentucky wins the lottery, and the next day is getting arrested in Florida. It just goes to show that you can't fix everything with money. Here's the story and the arrest.
Hey, good evening. I'm Drew Raymond.
And I'm Lauren Miner. The odds of winning the Kentucky...
Lauren Miner. You better be careful. If that Israeli cyber chief's in town, you might...
Powerball jackpot are 1 in 292 million. Against those odds, James Shannon Farthing walked away with the history-making prize in April.
But his big ticket...
What? Oh, the month.
Win took a messy turn when he was arrested just 3 days later. LAX 18's Megan Mannering brings us the body cam footage from that night and tonight's big story at 5:30.
From millions of dollars to one spectacular downfall. The high of landing the biggest Kentucky Powerball jackpot in history didn't last long.
Put your hands behind your back right now. Put your hands behind.
Look at him. You can't just hand a guy like that hundreds of millions of dollars. That is so irresponsible. You can't take a guy who's given himself, I don't know, what are those, scale tattoos, barbed wire tattoos, chain link fence, I don't know. Maybe he was a landscaper and he likes lattice. I don't know what the fuck those tattoos are. But you don't just hand that hundreds of millions of dollars and say, all right, buddy, best of luck to you. There's got to be some kind of they got to make you take classes. Like when you get into the NFL, they teach you, they have all kinds of like adulting classes. In your first off season, you have to go and all these old coaches and old players lecture you on how to take care of your money, how to set up business management, all this other stuff. I feel like you should have to do that if you win the lotto. You should have to go through some kind of training course like, okay, here's what a bunch of retarded people have done in the past. That you're going to want to do this. Pay attention because I know you're don't shake your fucking head at me. You're going to do this. The diamond studded hubcaps on a golf cart is not, I know it's going to look cool in your old trailer park and they're going to be jealous. It's not what we call wealth building exercises. So we're going to teach you that. Then you can get your money. But no, they just hand this guy hundreds of millions of dollars. And then he goes to a place with fancy paintings on the walls and makes an asshole of himself because he doesn't fucking belong there.
Get back and get against the wall.
Just days after snapping this photo, beaming next to his mother and girlfriend, having won $167 million.
Step one, dump the girlfriend. You're going to be fine, buddy.
James Shannon Farthing was arrested in Florida. Body cam footage shows officers responding to a bar fight at his hotel in St. Pete late on April 29th.
You win $167 million, and the first fucking thing you do is get in a bar fight in St. Pete's. Dude, you can take the hillbilly out of Kentucky, but you can't take the Kentucky out of the hillbilly. You can't do it.
Well, I can't understand none of it. This one begat that one, and that one begat this one, and begat, and lo and behold, someone says some shit to someone or another. Just how retarded are you?
As a Pinellas County deputy detains one man, Farthing, shirtless, is seen kicking the deputy in the face.
Number one, sit the fuck down. This has nothing to do with you. Number two, of course he's shirtless. Why wouldn't the guy worth $167 million be getting in a fight in St. Pete, kicking a deputy in the face while he doesn't have a shirt on? Why would you expect anything less?
Put your hands behind your back right now. Put your hands behind your back and get against wall.
Watch as the deputy deploys his taser 3 times.
Oh, nice hit. That was a slobber knocker right there. I think we call that a decleater. I think the cop used the hit stick on that one. At a kid. That's a good takedown. That's why I'm against body cams. We need more of this.
Handcuffed on the ground, Farthing attempts.
That's right. We need more police brutality, in my opinion.
An apology.
You see I have him, and you walk up and you kick him, and you hit me in the face. I'm sorry, man.
On the other side.
Well, in fairness, he did say, and I quote, "I'm sorry, bro." I mean, do we not practice forgiveness in Pinellas County?
Side of the bar, Farthing's girlfriend, Jacqueline Fightmaster, can be seen trying.
Wait, what's her name is what? That's too perfect of a name. This story shouldn't. Was this generated by AI?
Side of the bar, Farthing's girlfriend, Jacqueline Fightmaster, can be.
Fightmaster. I heard that. You heard that the same way I did, right? The chubby girlfriend of the new 9-figure millionaire who's being arrested for getting in a bar fight has the last name of Fightmaster. This story can't be more perfect.
Bar, Farthing's girlfriend, Jacqueline Fightmaster, can be seen trying to explain.
We came to the Kentucky Lottery in Louisville and we claimed the check, which is $167.3 million.
Okay.
But
there's nothing better than listening to a completely shit-faced person try to explain to a cop why everything is fine.
Seconds later, she's arrested for public intoxication. The two were eventually released. Farthing's mother bonded him out before he was extradited to Kentucky. The lottery winner was released from the Scott County Jail on June 22nd for time served, but heads back to the Sunshine State for his case there next month. Megan Mannering, LEX 18 News.
Well, there you go. You win that lottery, the costs start piling up right away. It's even tougher when you're stupid as shit. And that guy, boys and girls, you guessed it, stupid as shit. Gray Duckling with $5 says, I bet PCP is great. Well, you know, it's too bad they didn't keep that guy around long enough to figure out how good it was because he would have told them. He would have been able to inform them just how great PCP is. Fucking asshole. $167 million. You can't, you know how people say, like, for X amount of money, do you think you could behave yourself? And you're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I could. For $167 million, you couldn't just for one goddamn night keep your shit together. Landers says, this is why poor people stay poor. They are stupid. You need at least baseline intelligence to hold any real wealth. Or, you know, I agree with you, Landers. But at the same time, you could also hire somebody who, in your place, that is a wealth management representative. You can get, all you do, you give that guy a percentage and he makes sure that your money is protected. And like, you can still be a retard. You can give that. So what are we talking about? 167 million is what he got, right? That's not what the jackpot he won. That was his lump sum. So $167 million. You're going to have about 90 million after taxes, right? Take 70 of that 90 million and just fucking give it to a guy. Just take a wealth management representative and go, I got $70 million. And then you can be a fucking asshole with the 20. That's still going to take you a decent amount of time to fuck that up. Because a guy like that, I guarantee there's a lot of nice, expensive shit that he doesn't know exists. So, I mean, I get it, Landers, and I agree with you. This is why poor people stay poor, because they're stupid and they just can't help themselves making bad decisions. But if you are, this is why I say you shouldn't be allowed to get your lottery check until you go through some kind of course like they do in the NFL. Because even if you're dumb, at least if you acknowledge you're stupid, you can give your money to a professional, not somebody who's going to fuck you over. Don't be like, oh, my brother-in-law's an accountant. No. A guy who is contractually obligated by his profession to not fuck you up the ass. MSO says at least he can afford a good lawyer. Not cheap. Not cheap. Landers says he was fighting by and resisting. I would have shot his Mayo ass. Well, there's a little racism. I'm sorry, Mr. Imus. He said it's St. Pete, not St. Pete's, you Shoreview 4. Stop looking at my ass. Knock it off. Tolkien study says your name is your destiny. Yeah, I mean, Miss Fightmaster, she earned it. Maybe the Israelis paid him off and he can't say anything bad about them, says Mecca Jones. I think he's fine. Yankee says hire a fiduciary. They're legally required to invest in your best interest. That's what I mean. Get somebody where there's pen and paper and they have to do well by you. And you'll not like the guy that Paulie signed Rocky's estate over, the power of attorney, where he thought he would get into some real estate and flip it and have the money back before Rocky noticed. Not like that. Mr. Imus says poor guy is living in a 90s built bi-level home. I don't know where the fucking guy lives. Veldrain says the lottery should be rebranded as Who Needs a Conservatorship More. That's true too. That's a good point. Papa Shab says everyone knows that the sign of a great wealth is putting the dollar sign behind the dollar amount. Who did that? Who put the dollar sign behind the dollar amount? I need to know. Rexstart parody account says they started a GoFundMe for his legal defense. There's no way. Ballsy fucking move if they did. 185 away from tonight's goal. Let's go. We've got, who did I just see? Yankee in the chat doesn't have a membership. Let's hook Yankee up with a membership. Let's also fire up the Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, etc. and call it a win for the toe tonight. 185 is our number thus far. Go ahead. Knock it out. Call it a win for the toe. Okay, here we go. Trump, Zelensky, take two. The last time these two guys sat in a room together, it did not go well. Zelensky was wearing a fucking T-shirt because he's a dick, and Joe Biden let him, and Nancy Pelosi let him. And remember, like Pelosi and all the Democrats met with him before he met with Trump, and they were just gobbling on his dick and balls. They were just sucking him off, and they didn't care that he had his gay shirt on. This time around, when he met with, we saw this morning towards the end of our show that he was starting to take some meetings. When he was having like the before meeting when the president wasn't there, he was still in the goddamn T-shirt. By the time he got to the Oval Office, by the time he met with Trump, he had a fucking suit on. Now here's the thing. He had to be a little dickish. He had to be a little resistant towards authority. So he had a button-up collared shirt on. He had a dress shirt on. and he put a jacket on over it. No tie. Numero uno Josh Denny fan's going to get mad at me. He's going to say I'm being too picky or whatever. But again, like, I have to ask, would it kill you? Like, if Volodymyr Zelensky can send me a doctor's note that says I would die, I would be fucking dead if I wore a tie. There's an allergic reaction to the material. I would choke to death. I can't do it. Okay, fine. Outside of that, put on a fucking tie. It's the Oval Office, all right? It's not your little weird ex-Soviet governor's bunker you're in Kyiv, which stopped being Kiev at some point in my life, which I still not sitting well with me. You're in the Oval Office. You're in the power room. You can wear a tie, for Christ's sake. But apparently his outfit passed the muster with Trump. It also passed the muster with, I believe, Peter Doocy, who was kind of a dick and mentioned the clothes.
President Zelensky, you look fabulous in that suit.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, you look good.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, looks good.
I said to the one that attacked you last time. See, now
You know what I love, though? I love that Trump and this media guy are talking to him like a little boy on his first communion who's got like a cowlick in his hair. And like he put on this nice suit, but he's like, I don't like it. I don't want to wear it for my first communion. You're like, shut the fuck up. You will wear the suit for your first communion. Do not. Your grandmother is out there and all your family members. You will not embarrass us. This is the house of God. You put that tie on right now and comb your hair. I don't want it. You will fucking do it. And then when he gets out there, they all go, oh, look at how good you look. Oh, sweetie. Oh, you look so nice. You're always going to remember how good you look during your first communion. They're talking to Zelensky as though he's a 9-year-old about to receive the Eucharist. And they're like, who's a pretty boy? Volodymyr, who's a pretty boy in his suit? Who wore a suit today, good boy? And he just has to giggle along because he's the one who put himself in this position. Both Trump and the media guy are like, you look so nice. Look at how good you look. I'm surprised Trump isn't pinching his cheek and giving him a noogie.
You look good.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, looks good.
I said to the one that attacked you last time. See, now I remember that.
Yeah, I apologize to you. You look wonderful. No, my first question for you, President Zelensky.
In the same suit. You see, I changed. You are not.
Maybe yours is much better.
Alexander Usyk is still the only Ukrainian I like. Look, that was a good shot. That one landed. That one stuck. That wasn't bad. I changed. You did not. I mean, dude, he still, again, I hate to be picky, but he didn't go the whole way. Like, he still didn't wear a tie. Parlock says, reminds me of when Tim Pool. Oh, no, Tim Pool was way worse. Didn't Tim Pool do like the whole hoodie and beanie thing when he visited the White House? Or not? No, he didn't visit. He was like in the press corps. And he had the fucking beanie on. God damn it, that was embarrassing. You're right. No, Zelensky did a better job than Tim Pool. I'm not a big Zelensky fan, but for God's sake, at least he made an effort. So they had a meeting. Seemingly it went pretty well. Zelensky's big thing was he wanted security assurances for Ukraine. It sounds like we're willing to give him that. We do have a clip of Trump in a little bit here. Trump wasn't ruling out American troops in Ukraine. I so don't want that. I don't even want the security guarantees. I don't want Ukraine to be a ward of the American defense system. We already have a shitload of those countries. It's called NATO. We're babysitting all of them. Canada, Mexico, we've got enough dependents. But this is what happens when you fuck around and you get in these situations and we never learn from them. We've kind of made our bed in Ukraine, so now we got to lie in it. Russia could just keep bombing the shit out of them, shelling the piss out of them, taking more territory. Or we could go, hey, the Russians are willing to end this thing. We give them the Donbass region. We give them a little corridor to Crimea. In exchange, we go, if you try this shit again, you're in direct war with the United States. We kind of like mutually assured destruction our way into getting them to not attack Ukraine again. That's kind of the best deal you're going to get at this point. We've kind of fucked it up so bad and we've given away so much money and we've gotten in bed with this total incompetent Zelensky, who's famous for playing a piano with his cock on Ukrainian television. which is about how he handled the war effort as well. But this is going to be the cost of doing business. This is going to be what it takes. Now we take Ukraine under our wing, and they're another, essentially, a ward of the state, and we provide for their defense. So then Trump had to meet with all of these European leaders. And Trump sat next to the German and the Italian prime minister. And I did not know that the female prime minister of Italy was no fan of the German prime minister. And judging by this next clip, this guy annoys the shit out of her. She thinks he's like nose up in the air, kind of snooty, kind of a dick. Because the German prime minister starts lecturing Trump because Trump's talking about a peace treaty. Trump's talking about ending the war, coming to terms, all of that stuff. You know, us Germans have been told that we're kind of Debbie Downers, that we can be kind of negative. Well, the German prime minister then goes on this long speech to Trump about how we should try for, I don't know why I'm doing Russian now. I'm terrible with accents. We should try for ceasefire. Saying we should get a ceasefire first. We should just be working on a ceasefire right now. Then we'll get a whole peace treaty done. And Trump's thing is, no, the ball's rolling. I want to get this whole thing done in one shot. No ceasefires first. Let's get the whole thing taken care of. The German prime minister does not like that. The Italian prime minister, she's caught in the middle. And I think she's fucking annoyed by this guy. Let's put this up here. I think she is annoyed by him.
Let's work on that, and let's try to put pressure on Russia.
Watch her.
Because the credibility of these efforts we are undertaking today are depending on at least a ceasefire from the beginning of the serious negotiation. Next step on. So I would like to emphasize this aspect and would like to see a ceasefire from the next meeting, which should be...
Dude, this is a face of a woman who's just staying married to her husband for the kids. And like as soon as they go off to college, they are fucking done with each other. She's openly rolling her eyes at the German prime minister like, oh, can you believe this motherfucker again? Now, Trump did stand up to the German prime minister after this. He did tell him, or chancellor or whatever. He did say, no, we're going to get this thing done. We're not going to do temporary ceasefires. I mean, Trump's been bitten in the ass by those before. He says we're getting a peace treaty done, and that's going to be the end of it.
A trilateral meeting wherever it takes place.
Well, we're going to let the president go over and talk to the president.
There you go. That's what Trump said. Trump wants a trilateral meeting. He wants Trump and Zelensky and Putin to be in the room together to hash this thing out. I'm sure Trump will be there. They want to have a trilateral meeting, and they want to get this thing ironed out once and for all. They want to be done. I think that's great. I think that's wonderful. But watching the Italian prime minister, watching the Italian prime minister roll her eyes openly at the German chancellor while he goes, oh, Mr. Trump, I think we need a ceasefire. And she's like, oh, God, this fucking douche. Pants Maestro says, Meloni, that's her name. Giorgia Meloni. She's fantastic, and she pisses off my cousins, so it's even better. I'm guessing the part you're leaving out of that story is you have Italian cousins, and they don't like her. What, do they miss the days of Silvio Berlusconi? Where he would just... Dude, go follow the career of Silvio Berlusconi, and he's my favorite Italian prime minister of all time. Unabashedly, unapologetically corrupt as all fuck. Just the dirtiest guy you've ever seen. And just kept himself, always kept himself one step ahead of the jailer. Every time. Oh, Pants Maestro says, I'm Italian toe. Oh, well, mi scusi. Mi scusi. Mi scusi. If you were here, I'd give you a little neck pinch. Mi scusi. 09 Canyon says, who is the German chancellor? I only knew Angela Merkel. Fuck, I know this. I'm going to look it up. It's, I was going to say Gerhard Schroeder. That's a fucking name from the past. I think he was there in the 90s. German, I think it might be Gerhard something, though. Friedrich Merz. I was off. Yeah, he looks like a little cunty guy. He's the chancellor of Germany as of May 6th of this year, so he's brand new. They just got him. And apparently, Pants Maestro, maybe you can let us know what's up with this. Do he and Maloney not like each other? Because she does not seem to be a fan. Does not seem to be a fan. Crowder Wears Panties says, Bappa, cry more, fag. Also not a boomer. Are you two fighting? Are you two fighting? Oh, God. Guys, Crowder Wears Panties and Bappa Shab are fighting with each other. Before I do more of the Trump-Zelensky stuff, I really do think that we should go ahead and see. Do you guys want to follow this? I want to follow this fight. Throw in your dollars. Fight, 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 fight. 185 away from today. Slow start for the evening show tonight, but I trust you guys. You always make it. Up over 300 for this evening on all of our platforms. Thank you very much. Make sure no matter where you are, Kick, Facebook, Twitter, Rumble, YouTube, hit thumbs up, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, and grow the show. All of those likes and shares and follows help the program. And throw in a couple of bucks. MSO says, Aaron, will you accept shekels towards the goal? I am not prejudiced in the currency that I accept. I am a filthy e-begging whore, and I will be accepting currency from just about everyone. Thank you very much. All right, so here's what we have. Crowder Wears Panties and Bappa Shab. I don't know what they're fighting about, but they are fighting about something. He's not ending it, Crowder, because of a Jewish guy, retard boomer. Okay, so Crowder Wears Panties thinks the war's ending. Bappa Shab says it's not because of Jews. And now we continue. Boys, you're under the bright lights. I'm hoping that you can draw me some donations tonight. Let's really liven this shit up, huh? Crowder Wears Panties says, also, that's not at all what I said. Learn to read, retard. To which Bappa Shab responds, die, Gaylord. It's a solid comeback, actually. Die, Gaylord is underused. Real quick, Pants Maestro does say Maloney is the Trump of Italy. Everyone hates us right now. I don't know. I like her. Bappa Shab says, Crowder, I said he won't end the war because of a Jewish guy. How is that not a proper response to what you said? Your hypothetical implies that he can end the war on his own accord. To which Crowder Wears Panties responds, he's gay. He loves brown people. Okay, Bappa Shab says, you love Jews. You should probably rope. Now, I think he means do the battle rope in the gym. I think he means he should work out, maybe work the triceps. Lord knows I have my own problems in that department, so that's good. Vodka Rock says, will you accept rare blood for the goal? I have the rarest blood on the planet. Well, just make sure that you can send it safely through the mail. Will you accept Hardee's coupons towards the goal? I love Hardee's. Limited amount, though, please. Limited amount. Crowder Wears Panties says he's crying because I made some innocuous comment. I said Trump could end the war. All right. Crowder Wears Panties then says, but he's a fag. Okay. Well, see, now that's interesting. Now, you're saying that Bappa Shab is crying, and then you're also calling him a gay slur. Okay. Crowder Wears Panties then says he's just proving my point that libtards, oh God, we got accusations of libtardation, will be shitting and pissing themselves of Trump could end. Yeah, I think he means if Trump could end the war. Bappa Shab, you're catching a lot of strays. 09 Canyon says, if I could eat a Roy Rogers sandwich, they had one with chicken, bacon, and honey. Really messy, but good. Was it Vodka Rock or Imus who started us down the Hardee's path tonight? Whoever started us on the Hardee's path tonight, fuck off. All right, let's continue this on. I don't think Bappa Shab and Crowder Wears Panties aren't going to carry us the way. Look, we all know the king is McBuster when it comes to chat fights. All right, fuck Mr. Imus. This is creepy. Mr. Imus writes, Aaron only cares about a Frisco melt. It is the only sandwich I eat at Hardee's. Mr. Imus, I bet you can't guess what my favorite part of the Frisco melt is. Von Head Rex says, Roy Rogers already eaten? Pick another son of the Pioneers. Gray Duckling says, KFC with some gravy, though. I don't like that Mr. Imus can just look at my face and go, I know exactly what you're going to eat. Grand Poobah with $2 says, this chat fight brought to you by Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr., fuck you. I'm eating. 185 away from tonight. Papa Shop says, I'm crying because you said that people would somehow find a way to blame the Jews if he ends the war. But in reality, the war is only going on because of a Jewish Ukrainian midget. There's that. Mr. Imus, first of all, you know that never happened, and you're just hanging on to that because you hate me. If you can admit that, then I will laugh, and I will say the condiment part is correct. The other part, come on. You got to level with me. Like, we all laugh about that here on this show, but you cannot tell me that there is so much desperation in the, oh my God, I hate this random Aaron guy, that you buy that. Come on, buddy. Papa Shop says, this is no longer entertaining anyway. He's a faggot. All right, yeah. I'll be honest with you. I think that you guys, this fight needs to be honed. I think this needs to build a little bit more. So, speaking of the Ukraine thing and Jews, apparently, according to Papa Shab, Trump was asked about American troops in Ukraine, and he gave an answer that I have to admit I was not a big fan of. Not a fan of the answer Trump gave to the question of should or will American troops be used in Ukraine. I'm going to try and speed run through these because we are making jack shit tonight, and that's my fault. I am the one who's in charge of the content, and tonight I have a lot of sweat on my back already. It's 185. We've made $10 tonight. Attaboy. We are a half hour away from Pity Donos. It's now official. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. So here's Trump when he's asked about the troops in Ukraine.
Your team has talked about security guarantees. Could that involve U.S. troops? Would you roll that out in the future?
We'll let you know that maybe later today. We're meeting with 7 great leaders of great countries also, and we'll be talking about that. They'll all be involved, but there'll be a lot of help. When it comes to security, there's going to be a lot of help. It's going to be good. They are first line of defense because they're there. They're Europe. But we're going to help them out also. We'll be involved.
That doesn't really sound like he left the door open. That was really more of like, we haven't really gotten there yet. I got to talk to a bunch of European countries. I would have been a lot more comfortable if he just would have said, no, we're not going to have troops in Ukraine. We're not going to have a peacekeeping force in Donbass or anything like that. No. Let's just say we're not doing that. I'd feel a lot better. But I understand the need to obfuscate before the meeting and all of that stuff. Trump was actually really respectful. Like, Trump was a different sort of guy for this, all these meetings. He was, dare I say, presidential during them. But as far as troops going into Ukraine, yeah, you can fuck off with that nonsense. No way. We're putting troops in Ukraine. Pablo Pacheco says, great, one more country that doesn't give a fuck about us that we send our own to die for. Yeah, no, it's not going to be. No troops. So then Trump let everybody know that immediately after his meeting with the Europeans and his meeting with Zelensky, that he would get on the phone and he would talk to Putin and they would discuss some things.
Mr. President, was there any aspect of your discussion with Vladimir Putin that left you disappointed?
Look, we just spoke to, I was just telling the president, I just spoke to President Putin indirectly, and we're going to have a phone call right after these meetings today. And we may or may not have a trilat. If we don't have a trilat, then the fighting continues. And if we do, we have a good chance. I think if we have a trilat, there's a good chance of maybe ending it. But he's expecting my call when we're finished with this meeting. Thank you very much, everybody.
I mean, in my opinion, the thing that's been holding everything back, I mean, the person who's been saying no has been Zelensky, because Zelensky's whole thing has been, we're not going to give up an inch of territory to Russia. Well, that's not realistic. You don't have to give up any territory to Russia. Russia has taken it. Russia has a shitload of territory in eastern Ukraine. You don't have to hand it over. You don't have to surrender it. It's gone. So all you need Zelensky to do is accept reality. And then you've got peace on the Ukrainian side. With Putin, you've got to get him to be okay with us saying, if you attack Ukraine again, we're going to send our military in. If he's okay with that, and we can get Zelensky to be okay with giving away some of that territory, then there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to get this thing over with. In my opinion, the only person who can fuck this up is the guy who's been fucking it up from day one, and that's Zelensky. And hopefully, he's had enough of the bombing. Hopefully he's had enough of the killing in the war. I know he hasn't had enough of the money, but hopefully he's had enough of it, like his country being fucking destroyed. Senile Drunkard says, good boy checking in with his master. I saw a lot of that today, too. There were a lot of people, and no offense, Senile Drunkard. It's kind of a weird thing that the anti-Trump crowd is doing. Trump's trying to negotiate a peace deal for this war. And when he does, you go, oh, look at him. Oh, we told you he's a Russian guy. I feel like that's more the left not being able to let go of the Russia thing, in fairness. Is the whole, yeah, go check in with your master. It's not that he's his master. He's winning the war. This is what, when you win a war, this is what it looks like. I'm sorry if that's bad news. I'm sorry if we're just breaking that to you. Putin has won. In fact, only American bombs and missiles and money has kept Ukraine in this war as long as it has. Putin has won the war. We need to draw down. We need to end it. And yes, he's going to be able to take some territory. TVP says Zelensky and Europe prolonged the war. Europe and UK need to butt out. Senile Drunkard says, so it is okay for another country to just invade and take territory. You support that, you mental midget? I don't think it's as black and white as you're making it. So it's okay to just invade and take territory. No, that's a terrible thing to do. But when you tell the rest of the world, quit moving NATO's borders closer to my border, if you take steps to put Ukraine in NATO, I'm going to invade Ukraine. We also went into Putin's backyard. We overthrew the government and we installed a leader that we wanted. That pissed him off. He didn't invade then. Then when we started making overtures about joining NATO, he said, all right, if you guys aren't going to fucking respect me, if you're not going to listen to me, I'll show you that I'm serious. And he invaded Ukraine. What, is that good? No, it's not good. Is that okay? No, it's not okay. But when someone tells you who they are, you should believe them. And TVP says it right. Ukraine was never going to win this war. Ever. Wanhead Rex says there are inexhaustible supplies of mercenaries. We can dump them in there by the thousands for decades. I'm so excited to just send more money over and over to Ukraine forever and ever. I think that's just, I mean, if I can't look forward to that, what the hell can I look forward to, huh? What the hell can I look forward to? Helgi says, long live General Barbecue. Is that the Haiti guy? Is Barbecue still kicking out there in Haiti? I thought they got rid of him. Who is running Haiti right now? Currently governed by a 9-member transitional presidential council. No Barbecue? Barbecue Haiti. Jimmy Chirizer. That's not his fucking name. Why is the U.S. offering a $5 million reward for a Haitian gang leader? U.S. announces criminal charges against Haitian gang leader Barbecue. A fucking guy named Barbecue, and we just put a multi-million-dollar price tag on his head. $5 million to anyone who brings me barbecue. run out and bring him some Dickies. Just like, is this what you meant? No, get the fuck out of here. Although I will eat that, yes, but that's not what you're getting. You're not getting $5 million for that. Not in the least. Barbecue is still out in Haiti killing it. He had control for a while. He was the guy in charge of Haiti. There you go. You going to cross this? You going to cross Barbecue? Goddamn right you're not. You ain't crossing Barbecue. U.S. federal prosecutors have announced criminal charges against Jimmy Chorizo, the Haitian gang leader known as Barbecue, who leads an alliance of gangs that control much of the capital of Port-au-Prince. The indictment alleges that Mr. Chorizo, as well as U.S. citizen Basile Richardson, 48, his name is Hot Sauce, patent pending from the And One mixtapes, solicited funds from the Haitian diaspora community in the U.S. to help pay gang members and buy firearms in violations of U.S. sanctions. Mr. Chorizo, a former police officer who is at large in Haiti, leads the group Vive Ensemble, or Live Together. The U.S. is offering $5 million for information leading to his arrest. The group has been accused of multiple murders, kidnappings, and attacks on infrastructure. Janine Pirro is the attorney on it. All right, Judge Janine is getting after it. So, all right, not only is Barbecue still kicking, but his gang is still in control of a lot of Port-au-Prince, and we just put a $5 million bounty on Barbecues. So does this mean that the American government doesn't feel that they can trust and work with and be diplomatic with Barbecue? Shit. Well, look, it's good to check in with Haiti every once in a while and, make sure that it's still as dysfunctional and as big of a shithole as ever. My Lost Interest says, or Barbie, as all his friends know him. Oh, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know that they called Barbecue Barbie. I had no idea. Clearly, if he could visit any American city, it would be either Kansas City or Memphis. That would be the place that he would want to go. All right, boys and girls. 185 is the number for tonight. What kind of tap dance do you want me to do? 185 is the number. Don't do this for free. We've made $10 so far tonight. I'm really sorry for the show we've put on thus far. I've liked it. I've enjoyed it. I've had a good time. But now I need to get back in touch. I need to get back in touch with my roots. Find out what my audience wants, because it ain't this shit. It ain't this shit. Just a little bit under 300 at the moment. Go ahead and hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. And if you could drop in a nice fat donation, the thing that the toe runs on, boy, we sure would be grateful. 185 away from tonight. Let's see if we can't make a move. I worried about this all day because this morning went so well. And this morning there was no begging. There was no anything like that. It was just you guys just knocked it down today. You did a amazing job in the morning. And I was like, this is a really good start to the week. Like, this is a really carefree kind of a start to the week. And like, I've kind of learned in doing this show, this very small show, I've been like, it can't. Like, don't get me wrong. We've had some crazy runs, like no goals for a month, not too long ago. But I was like, I feel like this. I feel like today, you ever have shit go really easy and you go, it can't be this. There's got to be another shoe. And I was worried about the evening show tonight. Wally World gifting a membership. Thank you very much. My Lost Interest gifting a membership. Real Jacks with $2 says, warm up the ovens. We've got a goal to cook. $5 from Hunter. Where does that put Hunter now? At 25? Is he in the cuck chair? Is Hunter in the top 5? Yes, he is. He's right ahead of Gray Duckling. No, Gray Duckling threw 5 in earlier on top of his 2, didn't he? So Gray Duckling is actually ahead of Rabbi Smoothie. Oh, damn. Gray Duckling is now at 29. Rabbi Smoothie is in the cuck chair at 25. But Hunter is now at 25, so he's tied with Rabbi Smoothie. That's also 15 off tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much. Let's keep that energy flowing. I like that a whole bunch, not too much more, and we can be right back on track for this evening. Thank you so much. 170, 93 memberships away from 400. Now, remember, we did make the offer tonight that if we go to 400 memberships on any evening show this week, I will do a Thursday show. So thank you very much for that. Hunter with $5 says, how could we react to China and Russia working with Mexico and putting bases and missiles on the Texas border? Yes, correct. That is exactly how you need to see this Russia-Ukraine thing, and I'm glad some people do see it that way, because that's the reality for Russia. It's a fair analogy to make. If Russia and China were fucking around and they had some kind of alliance, and that alliance, or like let's say the Arab League, let's say the Arab League decided to put military bases in Mexico right on the border, installing missiles, telling Mexico if the U.S. tries anything or they keep their immigration policy the way it is, we'll defend you. That we would not be okay with that. That couldn't work. $2 from Parlock says, you can't steal the bits we stole from O&A, says two guys down in Florida. I don't know what that means, Parlock. You're going to have to fill me in. But that's kind of weird, isn't it? Like when people steal shit and then they go, hey, why is, this person stealing this thing we do? It's like, well, you stole it. You can't steal. You can't steal a thing and then defend your stealing. Just admit that you were heavily influenced by something, so you stole a bunch of shit, and that's fine. But like I've said, there are very few originals out there. We're all products of our influences, so to speak. Thank you very much, Parlock. 170 is the number for tonight. Thank you very much. Keep it moving. Keep it going. And we'll have ourselves a nice little... We'll turn this thing around tonight and have a nice little successful Monday. What do you say? Guys, I'm in love again. I found another one. She's a deviant. She's a really bad person. She's remarkably short. She has giant tits, but I think she has a normal size forehead, this one. I'm telling you, I think this one's got a normal forehead. She is a Kentucky woman named Stephanie Carlquist. Listen to this. Listen to how adorable this is. So she apparently had a bad breakup. I'm sorry, not breakout. Her skin is perfect. It's beautiful. I'll show you in a second. Stephanie had a bad breakup. So I don't know what this boyfriend of hers did, but he must have done something really terrible to set a wonderful woman like this off. I mean, I'm going to show the picture in a second. You can tell me if you think she looks like a red flag, because I think she looks like a golden princess. She poured salt into the engine of her ex-boyfriend's car, put glitter in the air conditioning vent, slashed a tire, cracked the windshield, cracked the rearview mirror, and shattered the car's radio screen. When arrested, she apologized and told her boyfriend she was, quote, stressed out. See? She was just stressed out. You want to see my baby? There she is. Look at Stephanie. Now, do you think this would be some kind of crazy bitch? She stands about, I don't know, probably about 5'2". She's about 5'2". She's got giant tits, raven dark hair, a beautiful glowing smile, pretty lips. Come on. I don't think Stephanie would just be a psychotic bitch that would break up with a guy and just start wrecking his car. I wonder what he did. And also, I mean, to see someone get mistreated in such a way, I really do feel like if she had a good man, someone who treated her properly, I think she would be a model citizen. As a matter of fact, maybe you should lock him up. He might have inspired this whole thing. Now, if she weighed 300 pounds and had more tits on her back than her front, I wouldn't give a fuck, fry her. But in this instance, I really don't think she did anything wrong. I think Stephanie Carlquist is just misunderstood. I think when you're going through a breakup, crazy shit happens. And, sometimes it depends on when the cops walk in. They walk in and they see, oh, she poured salt in his engine. Oh, she put glitter in the vents. She slashed his tire. She cracked the windshield, cracked the rearview mirror, shattered the car's radio screen. Sure. If you come by and that's what you see, then she's going to look like a crazy psycho bitch. But we didn't get the whole story. Again, she's probably fine. Baba Shab says she has a penis. MSO says, how is her core? I will say this. We're only getting a tits up shot. It does look like she maybe doesn't have the snuggest core in the world, but you got to give up something if you're willing to get some of the other benefits she provides. Like, for example, if you ever need home improvement work done, you need someone who probably is handy with a sledgehammer. She's your girl. My Lost Interest says Aaron is not a good judge of foreheads. Well, every time I say a woman's beautiful, now I start noticing foreheads after, because every woman that we've had on the show that I go, oh my God, she's really cute. Look at how good looking she is. The audience all tells me, Aaron, she's got a giant movie theater screen forehead. And I don't notice until somebody points it out. So now I've started to look. And that one had a very narrow forehead, which again, not as attractive to me. It's weird. It looks like her forehead's like trying to attack her face. Not for me. Rabbi Smoothie says, sounds like a country song. It does. It sounds like a Carrie Underwood song. A little bit. Bocephus the Negromancer says that bitch can smell in 3D. Look, the nose was not the smallest nose in the world. I thought the rest of her was beautiful. That pretty smile. Even when she's going through a difficult time, it shows that she can still keep a positive attitude or that she's not sorry. Helgi says, well, I heard from Becky that Kara said he was a fucking asshole, so fuck him and his gay-ass car. Yeah, I bet you it was a Nissan. My Lost Interest says, forehead not big enough for you. Nice rack, though. Is she one of my Latino girls? Yeah, she is, isn't she? I love them. I mean, I hear they age like cheese, but I really don't give a shit. Stephanie Carlquist? That's not a Latino name. She's got the tattoos. That's always a red flag. You got to stay away from tattoos. If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. Ah, damn it. Ananalas says she went real life with that Carrie Underwood song. She really did. I mean, she carved her name into his leather seats, the whole deal. Harry Balls says, been there, done that. This bitch will firebomb your car. Oh. Mad Max Mardigan says, the moment you showed interest, I knew she was damaged goods and completely batshit nuts. I've got a type. I'm attracted to them. Like moths, retarded moths to a hot flame. Like a skeeter to a bug zapper. MSO says she looks like one of the Real Housewives of Batshit Buffalo. I haven't seen that one. Kraken Slappin says tattoos are hot. Tattoos are simply unprocessed trauma. You can't convince me otherwise. They're just unprocessed trauma. Helgi says, LOL, you got to take the good with the bad. Exactly. Anonymous, I can fix it. Yeah, for as much shit as guys give women for like the mama I can save him attitude, men do it a lot. Men, we do simp a lot, and we are like, because if she's hot, we'll let her tell us some bullshit like, oh yeah, my last boyfriend was the problem. He was a terrible guy. He wasn't like you. He was just the worst. He was so bad. And you're like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm so glad you could have a much better experience this time around. Get the fuck out of there. You're about to become that guy in a few short months or years. And the next guy after you will be that guy. And the next guy after that will be that guy. That guy, don't worry. Hey, she gave that last guy that she's telling you how bad he was. She gave that guy that speech about the guy before him at some point. So, yeah, the mama I can save her thing, stay away. Stay the fuck away. Don't do it. Please. Trust me. MSO says, I don't really like tattoos. If I want to see artwork, I'll go to a museum. Yeah, and the reason behind the tattoos is usually far more costly to you than the tattoo itself. 09 Canyon says, I like the idea of tattoos, but there are a lot of bad ones out there. Well, and also the idea of getting a tattoo is like, I want to put this on my body forever. The assumption being I'll never change. And that's a really weird thing. Because you put something on your body and it's forever. I mean, now what if you go through life and you learn lessons and you change and you don't feel that way anymore? Now that reminder is just constantly on there. Rexstart parody account says, she's matured since then. It'll work out this time. You know what? You're probably right. You know what I was doing? I was being insensitive to her needs and I wasn't making sure she was seen. All right, 170 away from tonight. It's a shame how much fun I'm having on this evening's show, seeing as we've made about $25. And the goal of this show is to hit the goal, and the goal is life. Let's see if we can't get a few big drops in here, guys. I did say at 7:30 we'd start looking for pity donos. It's just about pity dono time. 170 away with about an hour and change left in the show. Go ahead and chuck in a couple of bucks and see if we can't give this thing a fighting chance tonight. All right, so we got my girlfriend. She's going to be fine. They're going to understand that it was all a misunderstanding and that she's okay, and it was all the boyfriend's fault. Let's go to the latest on Epstein. So we got an update today from the House of Representatives. I think this was James Comer. Yeah, the House Oversight Committee Chair, James Comer, says that the Trump Department of Justice is going to hand all Epstein documents to the House Oversight Committee very, very soon. Now, don't shit on me for getting excited about this. Don't be so jaded that you roll your eyes and go, oh, God, Aaron, here you go. You're going to get excited about this. Aaron, aren't you always the one who told us they're never going to release the Epstein shit? Don't believe it until you do. Dude, all I want to do is get that Epstein shit out of the hands of these compromised fuckers in the Trump administration. I want to get it out of their hands. I want someone else to take a look at it. And then what I would really like, remember when the Republicans took over the House and somebody leaked the January 6th body cam footage to Tucker Carlson? And Tucker Carlson played all of the body cam footage where the Capitol Police were like, I feel like we're being set up. I feel like this is an inside job. And then like the goat boy wasn't like running around terrorizing the Capitol. He was like taking a guided tour and all this shit. Basically showing us that January 6th was not this civil war moment we all thought it was in all instances. Well, I would love it if some fucking ballsy, brave patriot literally risked their lives to get these Epstein documents to somebody in media, whether it's Tucker, whether it's Candace Owens, whether it's Fuentes, somebody who's independent and somebody who can release this shit and not have to go, up the chain of command. Like, don't give it to Hannity. Hannity is such a fucking stooge. Sean Hannity will deliver that shit right back to the Trump administration. So don't go to Hannity. Don't go to Laura Ingraham. Don't go to any of them. Go to, like I said, and don't give it to Ben Shapiro because he'll put it in a lock and key and throw it down to the bottom of the ocean. Give it to somebody independent. They'll release it. But this was James Comer today talking about the Epstein files.
We're having really good conversations. You have to understand you can imagine how many documents there are. I think that we're going to have I think we'll receive the documents very soon. They're compiling everything together.
See, I worry that when he says they're compiling everything together, I worry that that's code for they're cutting out the shit they don't want us to see. They're cutting out the items they don't want us to see, and they're fucking around with the files, and that's what I worry about.
We're working together.
Like, who's to say what they give the House Oversight Committee is going to be the full. Just because they say this is all the Epstein files, we have no way of knowing if it actually is. Now, I know that's what all of you are writing in the chat anyway. I'm not in there right now. Hopefully there's a shitload of gifted memberships and donations in there. That would be the best. But I'm sure a lot of you are going, Aaron, don't bite. Aaron, don't be so fucking gullible. Aaron, they're not going to give them every document. I know. I just want to get it out of the hands of the Trump administration, get it into the hands of somebody who might leak it to somebody else, and maybe someday we might be able to see this shit. Again, I'm not holding my breath. I don't think it's going to happen. I just know we have a lot better chance of seeing it if it goes to the House Oversight Committee than if it stays in the hands of the executive branch.
Together in a good faith effort, and everything's coming along. I expect to receive the documents very, very soon.
Very, very soon. I don't know what constitutes very, very soon in Washington, but again, I will say this about what I've said about every time the Epstein thing gets brought up. I'll believe it when I see it. And hopefully, I see it very, very soon. Hopefully. Aaron definitely will get a tribal tattoo between his shoulder blades or barbed wire around his bicep. No. No. I'm not doing that. 09 Canyon says, that's why I only date guys named Josh. The tattoo always fits. And thankfully, Joshua was one of the most popular boy names for like a decade. MN Gal says, I'll let the tattoo hate simmer down, then I'll donate. Oh my God. If donations are pending on me not talking shit about tattoos and I'm 170 away from tonight's goal, then why don't I be a fucking good boy and shut the hell up about tattoos? Did I ever tell you that I find women with tattoos to be amongst the most intelligent women out there? And that if they donate $50 to Steel Toe, I think they're the greatest tattoo people and they own the greatest tattoos of all time. That one actually goes for men and women. Anonymous Fake Dono with $5 says, I got my first tattoo in the 6th grade. My elementary school girlfriend stabbed me in the hand with a pencil. That left a blue dot, which is still there today. You know, if you were a dog, that would simply mean you're neutered. Just an interesting, we call that in the business an aside. All right, guys, 165 away from tonight's goal. I mean, sure, that's going to take some doing, but I feel like you guys have got this. You know, we get a couple of those big 20s on PayPal and Streamlabs. We get a nice little 50 drop in here somewhere. All of a sudden, we're right back in the game. I think you guys have got it. Big smile on my face, pretty boy and all that. Sure. Kraken Slappin says, not everyone with tattoos has trauma. I've dated plenty of crazy bitches with no tattoos. You know, that's true. There are plenty of crazy bitches out there who have no tattoos whatsoever. So I think everyone should just leave these fucking tattoo people alone. I think they're fine. I think they're wonderful people. As a matter of fact, I think there's no more America First people out there than people with tattoos. Helgi says, the best tattoo I ever had was from Pizza Hut back in 96. Cost me 25 cents. It was good. Oh, good evening, Abletitious. You're in here just in time for us to be 165 away. Anonymous says, what about women with 3 wolves tattooed on their forearm? Look, there but for the grace of God go I, and God bless personal growth. And I've never been married to someone. How do I put this? I've never been in a marriage with someone and they've gotten a 3-wolf tattoo on their arm. How's that? I've never been married to a woman at a time when they got a gas station t-shirt tattooed on their forearm. So I'm not going to judge anyone who's done it. I've never been directly connected to anyone who's done that. So therefore, to each their own. I'll let God and the rest of you judge that. Thank you, Abletitious, for gifting a membership on Rumble. That's very nice of you. We're an even 160 away from tonight and 92 gifted memberships away from 400. Thank you guys very much. Again, another chance for a nice little rally to start here and the toe to really get after that goal in the next hour. My Lost Interest says women with tattoos are the most generous. Facts. Silverwolf says, I just got a tattoo today. I was sad when it washed off in the shower. You know what? You're right, man. It's always the most heartbreaking part. You are correct. Sam Show says, imagine getting that wolf tattoo and having it fall apart only weeks later. All right. Again, I've never been married to anyone who's been in that situation. I've never known anyone personally who's been in that situation. I mean, at the time, I didn't know them personally. MSO says, just wanted to be clear, I never said people with tattoos are crazy. I just said I'd like to see skin on a broad rather than artwork. You are allowed to think that way, sir. You are allowed to think that way. Thank you very much to MN Gal with $20. Give her a Hogan.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
MN Gal says, LOL, tell me I am smart, you get your money. Oh, not only are you smart, MN Gal, I think you change my perception of the entire female gender. I mean, your intelligence is so high up there that it drives the average intelligence quotient, in my opinion, up past that of men. I'm going to say this, MN Gal, and I'm totally not looking for more gifted memberships or donations out of you. I'm telling you straight up right now as a man, I believe that your intelligence is transcendent and perhaps indicative of a change in human evolution. Baba Booey Huey, I can do this. Baba Booey Huey with $1.99. Why'd Scott say men are from Mars and you're from Venus? Oh, maybe he's always looking at my penis. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just trying to make rhymes. Baba Shab said, oh no, Baba Shab had one here. He goes, but you were married to a woman who would do that. At what point? We're splitting hairs, though. We're splitting hairs. 145 away from tonight's goal. Now you got me believing that we can do this thing. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Get after it and let's do this thing. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and more. 145 away from today. Let's catch up with the chat. Then I want to do this Rhode Island Assistant Attorney General employee. Oh, my God. There is a white woman who showed that you can put a white woman in a very official office, but you can't take the white woman out of her. I mean, she's still going to be entitled white woman to the cops, especially if she's had a couple. MSO says, Crunchy tried to get a tattoo. Her skin broke the needle. Oh, my God. That's like a rhinoceros hide. That's not very nice. Crunchy would probably get the nicest looking tattoo, especially if she was, say, watching this show right now with us missing by 145 and needed a really generous person. I would say that Crunchy would be the best out of all of us, for sure. Silverwolf says, does Miss Tay have any tattoos? My opinion on them depends on what she says. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Silverwolf has, he can't do anything without finding out what Miss Tay thinks. My Lost Interest says, Aaron, your goal simping is on point tonight. Oh, absolutely. And hey, My Lost Interest, if I ever told you that since you left the art of clipping behind, nobody's been able to do it right. I mean, you see all the stats are down on all the clips. Nobody really gives a shit as much anymore. Unless Stalin wanted to drop $50 on the toe. I think My Lost Interest, again, I'll use the word transcendent. I think he transcended the clip game. And nobody's been able to pick up his torch, if you will. And MN Gal, did I mention that you transcend gender intelligence? I thought I said that. Das Optic Nerve says, why do you have so many chins? All right, I'm leaving. I'm done. I'm going away. I'm shy. Das Optic Nerve needs a membership. Let's do that. Das Optic Nerve says, how do you look delicate and fat at the same time? I don't know what you're talking about. I think I look sweet. MN Vikings with $4.99. Thank you. Says, Aaron, it's been a while. Hope all is good. Glad to be tuning in tonight. First time in a while. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here, MN Vikings. The season has started. Looking forward to Max Brosmer being the backup quarterback for the Vikings. The job's up in the air, Kevin O'Connell said today. It's an open competition for QB2, and Max Brosmer is in that competition, and that makes me so happy. All right, that puts us at an even $140 for tonight. I think we can do it. I think you guys are able to click that PayPal, click that Venmo, click all those links, and I believe you're able to get us down there. Angel Roll, look at that. Angel Roll with 5 gifted memberships.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Oh, my goodness. I was just looking to get Optic Nerve a gifted membership, but Angel Roll decided to drop 5 of them, and goddamn, thank you very much. 115 away from tonight. Uh-oh. Keep it going. We got this thing. I always tell people, I say, that steel toe audience, they show up when you need them. That steel toe audience, they show up in prime time when it's needed. A few more of those 5 gifted membership deals, and we're going to be home free. We're also at 87 gifted memberships from 400 as well. Thank you very much. You know, if you get one of those gifted memberships, go ahead and pass them along. Thank you, Parlock, for getting gifted a membership. No commercials on Rumble if you have one of those. All right, 115 away, looking to knock it out. Let's go into this next one. I'll leave you guys alone for a little bit. You have been fantastic. Let's do this Rhode Island assistant AG story. So I think this should reflect on The Office. I really do. And I understand, look, man, there's power-hungry people that are men. There's power-hungry people that are women. In no way is this just a female thing. But I will say that when women do it, boy, does it stand out, because they've got just a certain way of not only being shitty about it, when they do like the "do you know who I am?" and they start motherfucking cops, there's also like a belittling element to it when they do. Like when guys do it, there's an aggression to it. There's like, "you know who the fuck I am? This is bullshit, blah, blah." When women do it, there's like that shitty tone that makes you feel like you're mentally retarded, where they're like, "do you even know who I am?" Like there's a disgust and a disdain when they do it, and it is completely unearned. This is a woman in Rhode Island. She is an assistant attorney general, and the cops, cops weren't doing what she wanted.
If I ask you to turn off the body cam, you have to turn it off, and that's your protocol. She's a fucking lawyer, so she knows.
Okay, you. Not only are you going to get your friend in more trouble, which I don't give a shit, I guess, but you could not be more useless in this situation, and this is what happens to really pretty blonde girls when nobody ever tells them no. When nobody ever treats them like an equal, and they get treated like a pampered princess. You get, you have to listen to her because she's a lawyer, and she's a, oh, Christ. First of all, that's like the, if I ask you if you're a cop, you have to tell me thing. No, if you tell the officer to turn off his body cam, he does not have to turn off his body cam. Then why doesn't every asshole who gets arrested do that? "Hey, man, were you selling drugs on this corner? Hey, man, could you turn your body cam off?" Ah, fuck, I thought I was going to get that confession on tape. Yep, I will. Here you go.
Well, that's bullshit lawyer stuff, so that's not true. So we got to go.
No, it is. That's law. I'm an AG. I'm an AG.
Good for you. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
This guy rules. This guy's my favorite. I'm an AG. Good for you. I don't give a shit. Because you got to understand, cops and the AG run parallel to one another. They're not working together necessarily. The cops do their job of investigating and collecting data, and then they send it off to the attorney's office for them to do their job. It's not like the AG can go, "Hey, police officers, you know, this, that, and the other." There's levels to this game. There's a chain of command. He doesn't answer to her, to the assistant AG. Maybe the attorney general, as they're generally seen as the highest law enforcement official in the state in this case. But like assistant AG, nah, you got no authority here.
That's law. I'm an AG. I'm an AG.
Good for you. I don't give a shit. Let's go. We're going. Let's go. We're leaving.
Please don't put your hands on us.
Can you get your children out of here?
God, I mean, you give them a little bit of booze, and all of a sudden they're fucking King Kong. Excuse me, don't put your hands on us. Well, you gotta move. So either you're moving or we're moving you.
Like, I don't know why.
I'm sorry, what?
Let's go.
Wait, what did he say that got the blonde all pissed off?
Can you get your children out of here? Like, I don't know why.
Can you get... So he told this guy, can you get your children out of here? I'm really loving this cop.
I'm sorry, what?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Come on,
They're two full-grown women and mothers. All right.
They're two full-grown mothers, and they're... All right, well, guess what? These two big girls are getting the fucking cuffs thrown on them. Oh, tase them, tase them, tase them, tase them. You know, if they try to handcuff you, the thing you're supposed to do is run away. That usually works every time. You know, there's a rule. She's an assistant AG. She'll know this. There's a rule that if you run away really, really fast, they can't arrest you. It's not allowed.
I'm an AG. I'm an AG. I'm an AG.
Yeah, AG in this tonight stands for arrested girl.
What's wrong with you?
What are you probable cause to detain me for?
You're being detained because you're not leaving.
I love that. I love when he's just going to make shit up because he's frustrated with her. What are you detaining me for? You're being detained for fucking not leaving.
Can
you relax? Sir, she's not doing anything wrong.
AG.
She's not leaving.
I'm an AG.
She's an AG? Buddy, you're not. She's not being arrested. Let's go.
I'm not being arrested. You're putting me in cuffs. I'm not being arrested.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No. I'm an AG.
Her badge is in the car.
Hey, I don't think he's going for the AG thing. And, bro, you might want to step back, too. She's getting a lot of leeway right now because she's an assistant attorney general. Like, you're pawing a cop right now and all that. Mace him and then tase her.
Let me tell you something.
Buddy, get the hell out of here. Buddy, just seriously.
You're arresting an AG. Let me tell you something.
Are you under arrest right now? No.
You're putting me in handcuffs and you're Mirandizing. You're not Mirandizing me.
It's because you're not under arrest. He's trying to put the cuffs on you to calm you the fuck down and get you to comply. If you were being arrested, then yes, he would Mirandize you. You're being detained right now.
Relax.
And I think this is about the end of the video. Yeah. So basically what she's getting, what this drunken asshole is getting is a timeout. Basically, he gave her a timeout. And by the way, how many times? Okay, we got it. You're an AG. He ain't going for it. It ain't working. So either try something else or calm the fuck down and pay attention. He ain't going for the AG bit, my dear. Oh, man. Thank you very much. Those Angel Roll gifted memberships went to Das Optic Nerve, Helgi. There's one. Mario Momo. And by the way, if you got one of those, pass them along. $5 from MN Gal says, I can hear the beautiful compliments, but cannot donate while driving. Well, thank you for that $5. I appreciate it. That puts us 110 away from tonight. Guys, a few more of those big ones, and we've got it knocked out. 110 away from tonight. Do your worst. Gifted memberships, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Let's see how far we can get that down. Anonymous Fake Dono says, no shame, Aaron. Respect. Thank you. Thank you. He loves it. Anonymous Fake Dono loves it when I abandon all shame and just go for it. Well, it's working tonight, right? Rabbi Smoothie with $5 says, she should have said, I'm a steel toe VIP. Shout out Dr. Silverwolf. Well, of course. Hey, guess what? That got us under $100. 95 away. Let's fucking go. Thank you guys so much. You missed the best part of that video. The other girl completely freaks out. Oh, is there more? All I had was the minute 35 clip. Hold on a second. I know Not the Bees got it, so I could go there. I just don't want to use another Not the Bee story, but if their version is better, let's go ahead. There's more where that came from. Oh my God. In celebration, click the links and throw in a bunch of money to the toe because we're rallying, baby. 95 away from tonight and 95 away from a perfect Monday. There you go. All right, so we've got... Okay, this is the one we just did. Oh, yep, here we go, part 2. Oh, it's only 14 seconds.
Buddy, you're gonna regret this.
Yeah.
You're gonna regret it. How many?
He closed the door as she was saying I'm an AG again.
Buddy, you're gonna regret this.
Yeah.
You're gonna regret it. How many?
She was about to tell him she's an AG again. And you're not an AG. There's only one AG. You're not the Attorney General. You're an assistant Attorney General. The other woman is a senior manager at Pepsi. Veronica Hannon. God bless the internet for this. Who calls herself a champion of diversity in STEM. Oh! How do you like that, guys? She's a champion of diversity in STEM. She wants more black people to do math. What an ally. Senior manager, data and AI product manager at PepsiCo. At one point, an officer asked Hannon why she was acting like a kid. Yeah, she didn't like that. All right, here we go. Here's the blonde lady freaking out.
We will get the license.
Get your fucking hands off me!
We will get the license.
She's getting detained.
No.
We'll get the license. Get out of here.
Please start spitting.
Get back right now.
You're detained.
No, I freaking... No!
Get back.
Say no one more time. I know the AG thing didn't work, but I think if you say no one more time, and then maybe if you, scream a little more, and I don't know who these fucking guys are with them, but they are simp enablers big time because they did nothing to get them under control. They did nothing to keep these women away from this ending. They could have just said, let's go, let's walk away, let's not cause any trouble, anything else. Something tells me they get yelled at a lot.
Yeah, cops.
Yep.
I'm right here. It's okay.
All right, just go from the car.
No. I'm right here.
She's trying to do a little Houdini. She's trying to do a little escape the handcuffs trick. She's an escape artist. You know, the other one's an AG. She's an escape artist.
I'm right here.
Oh, shit. She got out of the cuffs. Wow. Oh, God. You know how they talk about white privilege, and a lot of us white people, we go, oh, God, white privilege. If she was black, she's fucking tased by now. There's no doubt. If this chick's skin was mixed race dark, she would have had mace in her eyes and a taser in her ass.
Come on, babe.
No.
Uh-oh, her titty's coming out.
All right. Babe, I'm right here.
Babe, I'm right here. Well, fat lot of fucking good you did, asshole. You had a chance to get her under control. In fact, the cop asked the one guy, he goes, would you get your children out of here, please? And it did nothing.
Please, I'm scared.
I'm right here.
Please stop doing this. Please
I'm
stop
right here.
No, I'm not going to find those. I'm after.
I'm right here.
No.
Okay.
No.
I believe this is the definition of what the kids call fuck around and find out, is it not?
Please don't do this to my friend.
I'm right here.
No,
Right
no,
here.
no, babe.
Baba Booey Hooey with $1.99. He really wants me to know who Blind Mike is. I'm sorry. Like I said before, if he'd ever said anything memorable, I'm guessing he's a guy who just watches me. So he doesn't have like an audience. He just has people who want to watch me. Sorry, must be a rough go. I apologize, Baba Booey Huey. I see that upsets you. I'm not trying to upset you. I think you're working yourself up on that one, but I apologize.
Babe. I'm right here.
Babe.
I'm right
Babe.
here.
No, babe.
Relax.
No. Try telling them you're an AG. That might work.
Relax.
No,
Relax.
What's wrong with you?
Relax.
We don't want to put you in handcuffs. Let's go. Let's go.
No, babe.
Listen, you're overreacting. You're adding charges. You're overreacting.
No. Please take my hands up. Please take them out of handcuffs. No, please take them.
You were overreacting. You didn't have to have this happen.
They're like, lady, they're literally just putting you in timeout. If you just chill the fuck out, give them 2 or 3 minutes. Apparently, there was some event in Newport, some kind of city festival, and they're trying to clear the drunks off the street. And the quicker you cooperate, they're going to send you home. They don't want to do paperwork and file charges for this shit. Just fucking chill.
Get in the car.
No.
Oh boy.
Babe, no!
Uh-oh. Ooh, that's not going to look good. Dude, you got to take the hand away from her throat. There are some things these cops are doing that, like, in 2025, it's like, bro, I'm on your side, but same time, I can see if the wrong person watches this footage and they've got to stick up their ass.
Get in the car, guys. Just put her in.
No!
Get back, bro.
Yeah!
In the car. Get in the car. Get your feet in the car.
She's shrieking like a cartoon character. Like, you know, after Kermit says, it's the Muppet Show, and then he goes, ah.
I'm right here.
Dude, you're going to get a fucking broken foot.
Get your feet in the car.
No!
Get your feet in the fucking car.
Dan!
Babe, I'm right here.
No! Babe! No!
Get your feet in the car.
She was talking all kinds of shit before, remember? She was like, she's a lawyer, so she knows. And then it was, excuse me, what did you just say to us? Not so in control of the situation now, are you, you empowered ally of minorities in STEM?
Who the fuck?
Maybe call a black guy who's really good at algebra. He'll thank you for your support of diversity in STEM, and he'll come help you out.
Don't touch me.
Or maybe someone in geometry. They'll tell you the fucking surface area of the seat you're sitting in.
In the car. You're a grown adult. You're acting like a kid.
Dan!
All right, so apparently yelling I'm an AG over and over doesn't help, and yelling for Dan doesn't get you out of this.
No! Who the fuck are you? This is so inappropriate! You're overreacting!
Oh, he finally got the door shut. Why aren't all these people applauding? He finally got that door shut. That's an accomplishment. This is like getting all your kids to bed. I apologize to my children. They're wonderful about going to bed and all of that. They were never a problem. Never as immature as this woman is.
So, they wanted him to trespass. And they were just throwing a fucking fit. Trevor, we've got 2 to take.
So, as I understand it, the trespass comes from the fact that they got asked to leave an establishment and they didn't. And so the cops had to come and, get them away from the area. The state's AG's office is looking into what happened. I'm sure they'll get around to it after they're done suing the Trump administration, which they just announced on Monday. Oh, really? The Rhode Island Attorney General's office just sued the Trump administration. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have these 2 ladies back, and I'm sure they'll get right to their case immediately, post haste. Thank you very much, Baba Huey. I appreciate that. I'm sorry that I kind of got you there. I didn't mean to. I'm sure it's good humor on your part. I didn't mean to embarrass you. Rabbi Smoothie with $1 says, give my $31 to the duck. Wow. Gray Duckling with $5 says, Mama. Mom. Yeah. You know what? I got to get George Floyd's back for a second. George Floyd threw a fit like that and they fucking kneeled on his head. That woman just got put into a car nicely. I don't know. I want to see white women treated equally. I'm for diversity in law enforcement treatment. Luxray Luxer says, holy fuck, my child throws less of a tantrum when put in timeout. I do love that after they closed her into the car, you could still hear her screaming. She's like, Dan, and then they close her door. She's the fucking worst, no doubt about it. So wait a minute, that means that Gray Duckling is now in first because Gray Duckling's now at 65 because Rabbi Smoothie gave him all his money. So that means that Rabbi Smoothie is out. That means in the cuck chair is Hunter at 25. All right. Sorry. Hunter is now, here we go. Cuck chair, Hunter, $25. There we go. Balls deep with 99 cents. Thank you very much, pal. All right, we are 85 away from tonight's goal. Guys, not too much further now. We've got a half hour left. Can we do $85 in a half hour? Nobody's tried the PayPal method yet so far tonight. Let's load that up. $85 away from tonight's goal. I appreciate it. You guys have rallied hard in this second hour. I really appreciate it. I am impressed. Thank you so much. My Lost Interest says she does have nice stems. Oh, she's cute. The young blonde one is very cute. It's just, Jesus Christ. They need better men, though. They really do. Those two need better men because those guys that were with them they were not helping. I mean, it was just enabling. You can tell they're kind of browbeaten. You can tell that these women are very domineering over them because they needed, and I'm sorry if this upsets you, they needed to be put in their place. They needed to be set right. And you can tell that doesn't happen a lot. And all the guys did was enable their temper tantrum. I mean, Dan was like, put your feet in the car, you're going to get hurt. But Dan wasn't like, if Dan was a good man, if Dan was the man, if it was Dan the man instead of Dan the little bitch, Dan the man she would have never been detained in the first place because Dan would have just put a hand on the small of her back and said, we're getting the fuck out of here. Do not embarrass us. And they would have gotten the hell out while she was going, she's a lawyer, so you have to listen to her. Dan would have set this shit straight and went, girls, we're going somewhere else. Let's get out of here. Yeah, we're going somewhere else because I'm an AG. That's fucking fine. You can be an AG, but we're going to go be an AG elsewhere, if that's all right. Taste Fairy Iolto says that one needs an exorcism. She was definitely having some problems. And Babe/Dan was not helping at all. Helgi says she's possessed. This is how the witch trial started. Well, throw her in the water. If she floats, she's a witch. If she doesn't, she's innocent. Gray Duckling with $1.79 over on PayPal. Look at him, $1.79 over on PayPal. So we've technically got something over there. You know what would look great right now is $80 in PayPal and knocking out the rest of tonight's goal. That's what I say. But Gray Duckling says, don't worry. I think he means don't worry. I got you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate the $1.79. Keep it moving. We've got this tonight. Yeah, Rabbi Smoothie says 3 minutes ago she was hot shit. What happened? What happened? Before, they had to listen, and she's a lawyer, and you better respect her authority. Now, Dan, babe, Dan, babe. Toad Climbs Mountain says, those two guys, beta. Did you see your girl was thrown a fit when the cops tried to arrest her, and they didn't shoot her like they would a black guy, and you just let her do that? Well, yeah, I respect her independence. Beta. You didn't think to goon arm her and then pull her away from the cops? Well, I don't believe in putting my hands on my girlfriend. Beta! See, sometimes you got to goon hand a bitch so she behave herself. Especially if they are black women. Jesse doesn't like blacks. Helgi says, if Dan can't save you, you're probably fucked. Yeah. Poor Dan was powerless in that moment. Das Optic Nerve says, that's a really weird way to try to get fucked. Yeah, I mean, both of them were just, at least we found out that both of them were wearing underwear. They weren't totally pantyless whores, but they were both flashing the goods and did not give a shit. It was cute they matched, though. The one was wearing red underwear. The other one was wearing yellow. That's accessorizing. That's good. Bapa Shab, we were talking about Mama. Papa Shab pointing out, yes, he was also a 7-foot-tall Negro. Well, that's what I said. If those two women had been black, they'd have been tased so much long before that. I think this really does kind of unfortunately show that cops do have a bit of a bias. Helgi says those cops are such betas, they missed all the signals. Those ladies were ready to go. 09 Canyon says he should grab her by the shoulders and shake her. That always calms me down. Yeah, he should tell her to relax and that she's being irrational. That would have helped. Papa Shab says that's Aaron's third wife. Maybe. Sam Show says they don't want better men. Well, no, I'd imagine they like pushing those two around. Cocktiff says they are married to liberal white women, Aaron. I mean, that's true. Parlock says fucking white women, man. Yeah. Harry Balls says Dan probably tipped the cops for getting him a night off drunk duty. Yeah, he was probably going, he was like, hey, man, here's a 50. Do you think you could give her some bullshit charges that you can drop tomorrow morning and she could stay overnight? No, she'd probably physically abuse Dan the next day for not bailing her out. Mecca Jones says smiley Latino girl wouldn't have done that. No, Stephanie would not have done that. Stephanie would have said, okay, I was being I was being a little silly. I'm very sorry, but I'm just having a weird day. Stephanie owns her shit. Phil Her Slit says, Aaron, can you believe Bubba is talking about Hulk every day? I got to tell you this, Phil Her Slit. If I was getting the kind of heat that Bubba was getting right now for talking about Hulk every day, I'd talk about Hulk every day. It's when you're a broadcaster, that shit's a no-brainer. No-brainer. My lost interest says goon hand a bitch. Yeah, that's what Jesse Lee Peterson would say. I think the only way that Dan could have controlled her in that situation is if he would have goon-handed her. That's the only... What? Well, Jesse, that's very offensive. Why is that offensive? You could leave a small thumbprint on the underside of her arm and nobody would see it. If you can't goon-hand your woman, you're beta. Cocktiff says, so are Cowboys or Vikings fans now the gayest? Wait a minute. Cowboys fans are still way gayer than Vikings fans. It's just that the Vikings organization is now gayer than the Cowboys organization. You understand, it's going to take us years to get over this male cheerleader thing, especially now that there's video out there. Now that there's video of the guys dancing and it's way worse than we thought it was, we're not living that down for a while. So while our franchise is gayer, Cowboys fans are still way gayer than Vikings fans. No Pen 15 Fathead with 230. No Pen 15 throwing us 230 on PayPal. Says add this to Gray Duckling's total. There you go, Gray Duckling. You are now at 6730 because of the 230 that was just contributed by No Pen 15 Fathead. Gray Duckling with $1 says, no, we're all gay now. We're not all gay now. Not in the least. The fans are being held hostage. It's not our fault that we decided to hire a couple of super duper queermos to dance around with the cheerleaders. That's not the fans had nothing to do with that. In fact, the fans did what they could. They threatened to cancel their season tickets. The ownership didn't care. The Wilfs needed something to whack to, unfortunately. Papa Shab says, Aaron really does fall in love with any woman he sees. Is it to throw us off the gay scent? I'm confused. I just have a loving heart that loses interest very quickly. Hulkamasha Baby says, I know you turned over a new leaf, but I imagine this is how Litchfield went. Well, he's a lawyer. You have to listen to him. I don't know. $2 from Skybrick says, you kidding? NFL is rigged. Male cheerleaders equals Super Bowl. That's right. We went woke. We went woke with male cheerleaders. We're getting a Super Bowl. How about that? $80 away from tonight's goal. All right, let's get that 80 done. 20 minutes left to go. Let's get that 80 done and call it a final win for the toe. We've got Adam Simon with $5. Uh-oh. We're getting closer. Adam Simon with $5 says another one for the Duck. Wow, they want to give Gray Duckling all their money tonight. $73.30 for the Duck. He's well into first place. Thank you, guys. That now makes it 75 away from tonight. Hey, we keep on these 5s and 10s right now. I think we've got something here. 75 away from tonight's goal. Thank you so much. Chernobog says you may win a Super Bowl, but at what cost? The only cost there is whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. MSO says, I ain't no fan of the Cowboys, but at least their cheerleaders are hot and no fan. Das Optic Nerve says, imagine if the Jets were good. Imagine if Aaron were funny. That hurts my feelings. I'm very funny, and that hurts. It hurts, and it makes me feel bad. Das Optic Nerve. 75 away from tonight. Keep going. Oh, we got creepy Wisconsin teachers coming up. We got two blacks, a conservative and a liberal, fighting with each other. This could be fun. And, I saw this, but I don't want to believe it. I want to believe it's a bit, and it's just some silly shit. Jesse P.S. isn't really going and getting, a day job, is he? As you know, I'm a huge fan of Jesse P.S.'s work. I think that Pod Awful is a really good, I think it's an important show. But he says that people are fucking with his website all the time and that times are tough and that he's looking. Now, here's the other thing. Jesse is constantly full of shit in a very funny way. So this could all be a silly, stupid bit. But if it's not, I would like to be the first one to say I'm against the idea. I'm against it. 09 Canyon says, do you really want to win the Super Bowl this way? Dude, you can ask me, I'm sorry, not dude, 09 Canyon. You can ask me every which way to Sunday if I would accept a Viking Super Bowl that way. I'd probably say yes. Israel can win in Gaza and take the whole area, and greater Israel can be achieved as long as the Vikings win a Super Bowl. Do you fucking understand me? Thank you. I'm glad we could straighten that out. Phil Herslet says, Lions winning it all, not without 2/5 of your offensive line from last year, and also your two best coaches being gone. Sorry. You guys ain't winning shit. Crowder Wears Panties says, J.J. McCarthy will be benched by week 7, though. I mean, Max Brosmer can win a Super Bowl. I'm fine with that. Phil Herslet says, Aaron got any more of those steel toe wallets? If so, how much? If you're serious, let me talk to Oz. Because Oz was always in charge of those, and he's back to laser engraving now. So, yeah, I mean, I'll ask him for you. And we can see if Oz can get you some laser engraved wallet. Here. Oh, look at this guy. I got to just send something this guy's way. There we go. We're all set. That's a nice message to get. Thank you, buddy. All right, we got to get back into some things here because we got to knock out $75, and I feel like we can do it. And we got about 20 minutes left to do so. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Bowl, Rumble Rants. Cock diff. Aaron would blow Josh Dobbs for a Super Bowl. Aaron would blow blank for a Super Bowl. Das Optic Nerve says, death before victory. I like it. No, victory before death. Sacrifice your dignity. I have a goal to hit. And that goal is the steel toe goal. And the goal is the goal. MSO says, I'd buy a wallet for $50 if you put $100 in it. Attaboy. Ooh. Ethan Klein looks like he hit back at Hassan for saying that his wife is fair game. You better be careful, man. Ethan Klein's been on a fucking lawsuit warpath. He's got no problem spending all his money on lawyers. He'll get after you. All right, let's do this Wisconsin story. Apparently, there's something in the water in that fucked up state to our east because their female teachers are going out with fifth graders, and it's fucking disgusting.
Rivercrest Elementary quiet in these waning weeks of summer. But according to court documents, this was
By the way, the person reading this news story is a Minnesota Vikings male cheerleader, I think.
Site of not one, but two series of crimes committed by two different but connected teachers against
Thuffer and Thuckatash.
Two different fifth grade students. We first learned about allegations against then 24-year-old Madison Bergman last
Stop.
year.
Look. I'm sorry, but you can see it. We need to start judging people more, especially if they're going to work with children. You know, you can look at someone and go, something's off. You know that PDF-looking guy's fat, scraggly neck beards, like grossly overweight, glasses, like the whole PDF, what do they call it? There's a name for it. It's called the, oh, God, for years they've had this phenotype. There's a phenotype of the male PDF. You can look at some people and just look in their eyes and go, something's not right. I'm not saying an elementary school could look in this woman's eyes as she applies for a teaching gig and go, oh, she's going to try and have sex with one of the fifth graders. But you can look at her and you can go, she's not there. Like there's this one's off. This one's not. I'm not saying she can't be a teacher anywhere. I'm just saying she can't be a teacher here. Use your fucking instincts. We've been taught not to judge people because it's not nice, but sometimes you just know.
Year.
Especially if you have children of your own, you develop that intuition.
After she was charged with 10 felonies related to what she allegedly described in text messages as, quote, making out and touching one of her fifth grade students.
Again, she texts that to someone. She wrote to someone that she did that. Kill it with fire.
Last May, Bergman and fellow teacher Abigail Faust both resigned.
See, now that's a forehead I'm not into. For many reasons.
From the school while Bergman's case unfolded. Now the 24-year-old Faust faces 4 counts of her own.
Bergman, do you think she could run to Israel in time to get out of these charges?
In a criminal complaint first filed Monday, Faust is accused of knowing about the relationship between Bergman and the student with whom she was involved and not reporting it. But the complaint also documents through Bergman's text messages, other student accounts, and eventually the student himself, an inappropriate relationship between Faust and a fifth grade student in her class. At one point, the student, now 12 years old, told a Hudson police detective, quote, after school that day and after all the other students had left, Faust pushed victim 2 up against the wall and kissed him on the cheek.
What the fuck? Like, it sounds like it didn't go further than this, and thank God if it didn't. But you're a fucking teacher. You're in your 20s. How does this even come into your head? And this is what I mean. They're built different. They're born different. They're fucked. There's no fixing them. This went into your head and you did it. You acted on that. Even feeling it is something I can't fucking comprehend. But you pushed the... Oh, they're 11 years old. My daughter's going into 6th grade. You fucking pig. And then you... Oh, God. Again, look at them. They don't look right. There's signs that these people are, again, I'm not saying that as a principal or someone who hires teachers that you have to go, oh, I can predict they're going to make out with a student. But you can look at them and go, you're going to fuck us over somehow. You look like a liability.
Victim 2 stated that it made him feel uncomfortable and scared. The complaint also notes,
look, I mean, Jesus Christ, Wednesday Addams over here. You didn't think that this was going to be an issue? This does not look like someone who's well-adjusted and should be a leader of young people.
Quote, when asked about how he feels about Ms. Faust, he stated that he never wants to see her again.
Poor kid. That's the end of the news clip. And now, every teacher he has going forward, it's going to be an issue. Fucking hell. Like, again, it's one of those things that you can see it. It's there if you're looking. Baba Shab says, what a wild bitch, or vile bitch. Harry Balls says the wood chipper goes brrr. Leah, welcome back. Good to see you. Says, hi all. I've been sorry I've been MIA. Welcome back. T. Duden says, this is what predators do. Right. My Lost Interest says, sorry, this crime is the dream of my 12-year-old self. She could touch me all night long. That's something about 12. Like, look, I've said this before. If you've got a 25-year-old teacher and you've got like an about to graduate senior, that's still fucked up. But it's not like, oh my God, so unconscionable, I want to burn her at the stake immediately. You should be going out with people your own age that aren't in high school. But when it gets to like under the age of being able to drive, it just gets exponentially creepy after that. Helgi says, her MSO says, lock her in a room with Crunchy and a case of Budweiser. Crunchy will take care of her. Crunchy will hammer it out. Hulkamasha Baby says, deaf to the PDF, deaf to the PDF, deaf to the P. Posifus the Negromancer says, Crunchy could give a room the clap with one crooked fart. Now, that's just not true. That's just not accurate. Hey, guys, what do you say? We got 10 minutes left. $75 left in tonight's goal. I cannot tell you how amazing of a job you've done in the last hour and 20 minutes. Finish the story. $5 from Loaded Wrench says this happened. Oh, Loaded Wrench, that is funny. Boy. Woof. Leah with a gifted membership. Thank you very much. And with those two, $65 away from tonight and 10 minutes to go. Again, finish the story. Drop them in. Let's do this thing, baby. We got a couple more stories to go for you tonight, too. Let's do it. Rabbi Smoothie says 2 crooked farts and a queef would do it. Can we not talk about Crunchy farting and queefing, please? Crunchy is a wonderful lady. She's a lot of fun. She's a good time at the anniversary shows. Vadam has a massive crush on her. And I don't know if we need to be talking about, and I quote, her queefs. $65 away from tonight's goal and 86 gifted memberships away from 400. All right, guys. Just a few more 20 drops in there, and we got this thing. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. I'm impressed as all hell at the, what do you call it? The not wherewithal, the aggressiveness with which you've attacked this goal in the second hour tonight. Hats off to you. You want to watch 2 black people argue? This is a black conservative and a black liberal. Let's do this one. And while we do it, $65. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
You can give everyone here like.
So this is that Surrounded show that if you've ever watched this on YouTube, they have an expert come in and argue with a bunch of people who disagree with them. And like the panel votes on whether or not the conversation should keep going or the person should be kicked out because they're embarrassing everyone and, in their opinion, fucking up their point. So this is a black, I think she said a black extremist, and this is a black conservative. And the question or the statement is, it's undeniable that reparations are just and necessary. Here we go.
A $50,000, especially people that are in the streets who are committing violent crimes consistently, a $50,000 check, it's not going to fix anything. It's not going to increase the median household income in the next 10 years by 10% or 20%. For example, we have the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. We prevented Chinese people from getting citizenship and even entering the country. We discriminated against them. And basically...
We bringing that one back or no? No? How about from buying houses?
We put them under apartheid, even here in the United States, yet they have the highest median household income. How is that possible? How come they don't complain and feel entitled consistently to beg for reparations and beg for this when they are killing each other 90% of the time, which is the rate that black people kill each other, according to the FBI?
According to FBI data, black murder victims were killed by another black person in 88% of cases. Fuck. Was not aware of that one.
Oh, young Matt.
Yet white people are the oppressors.
I'm not sure where your education came from, but they lied to you.
Stats don't lie, though.
Statistics lie all the time. So let's start there, particularly when the statistics are coming from the sources that gain from the statistics being shown a different way. So if you're going to start your argument on stats don't lie, you've already lost the argument. They lie. They lie.
In fairness, show him other stats, though. Like, don't sit there and go, oh, stats lie. Done. Show him other stats.
All the time. One, comparing Chinese people who are immigrants that made a choice to come to the United States and comparing the continued effort of black people to ground themselves in a nation that continues to make impediments for them to show and live and exist in their true citizenship is a false equivalency.
Okay, so then we never have to have this conversation again. You can go to slavery, it wasn't voluntary, and now we're done. So this conversation will never get solved. Black people will never have to take responsibility for these statistics. You can just ignore the statistics and say they're bullshit. Slavery, and now the conversation. We don't need to continue this conversation. It's over. That's the end of the conversation. Slavery, we didn't choose to come here. Your stats are gay. Okay. So should black people change anything about the way they form communities or anything? Should they? No, it's just all white people. Well, white people are in charge, so we're not going to change anything. You're pissed about slavery and you can't move on from it. And statistics are all horseshit. So let's just end the conversation. We're done.
I don't believe that happens at all. No one here is in.
Are you acting right now? Do you really believe
I'm telling
this?
the truth. There's no systemic.
No, he's just a really intelligent black dude. Do you not run into those very often?
Racism that I've experienced here in America. What system is racist? I think the only racism we've actually seen recently, systemic racism that we've seen, is the application of systemic racism against white people. The University of Western Washington, for example, has been trying to segregate dormitories using black-only dormitories because black people feel safer amongst each other. But they're more likely to kill each other than white people are ever to kill them. That's just the truth. You have King Von rapping about killing other black men. Why should I think that the white man is the oppressor when black men are more likely to kill me?
This is kind of one of those things where white people just sit back really quiet and go, just let him go. Just let him talk. It sounds better when he does it. I don't.
Oh my God, this is scary. You need to think about me as young.
That's not an argument, by the way. You can't just hear someone spit facts at you and then go, oh, this is scary, or oh, this is crazy.
Mama, do not talk to me in that fashion. So let's check that now.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. So on a basic level, we have to understand that systemic racism is grounded in the realities that black people have not been considered an equal human being in this country since its onset.
Okay.
So there's simply no way to make the argument that there isn't systemic racism, and we have seen in very clear ways the system operate in an organically racist way. Do not.
Okay, then here's my final thing, and then we'll beg for money and get out of here. Then I guess we're talking past each other the whole time, and there's no sense in continuing the conversation. There's no sense in continuing the conversation if we're going to go, hey, here's a bunch of statistics, here's a bunch of facts, here's a bunch of things, and then you go, well, no. Oh, well, I guess if it's well, no, and that's all bullshit, and you don't accept any of it, and you're not full citizens, and you're not getting, then we're done. Conversation's over. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If every time someone comes at you with an idea or an opinion and your response is to go, but no. Okay. I guess we just won't talk about it anymore. $65 away from tonight. Hey, do me a favor, guys. Click that Streamlabs, click that PayPal, click that Venmo, throw a few bucks in there, or do it on YouTube, or do it on Rumble. Let's see if in the next few minutes we can't run out this last 65 and call it a win for the toe. Because I'm going to tell you this. I'm really impressed with you getting it down to 65 tonight. Rabbi Smoothie says the mighty night crew has fallen. I don't think they've fallen completely yet. $65 away. You get inside of $50 right now, I'll go till 9 to knock out the rest. I'll make you that deal. You guys have kicked some ass in this last hour and a half. You got 2 minutes. If you can put $20 down on the table, I trust you for the other 45, and we'll knock out tonight's goal and call it a win for the toe, and we'll go till 9. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. We got 2 minutes on the clock to pull it off and see if we can do it. We got a few stories we can do in the 9 o'clock or up until 9 o'clock. Oh, this gay dude is going to be, oh, this guy's gross. You want to talk about eugenics. That guy's going to be a fucking rip, and not in a good way. About a minute and a half to go. Let's knock out the full. Now, if we knock out the full 65, obviously I'll give you 9 o'clock because you guys have really put a move on this thing. But if we do get inside of 50 in the next 1 minute now, we got 1 minute to go. I'm going to go till 9 because I am very impressed with the rally we've been on. But we might have ourselves our first miss in a long time. It happens. Shit happens. What are you going to do? It's an amazing run that this show is on. Helgi with $5 says, what's the best way to grill sweet corn on the grill? Asking for a friend. Maybe someone can donate and tell you. All right, just over 30 seconds left for tonight. We are $60 away from tonight's goal. Can we get in under 50 or are we done for the night? Let's take a look. $10 from Fagananimous Gay Dono. There's a 10 coming in. That puts us at 50 even. One more in the next 20 seconds. 20 seconds. One more contribution and we get under 50. Otherwise, we lose by 50 for tonight, which, hey, what the fuck are you going to do, huh? All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hey, man, I'm just fucking pleased as punch that you guys, I think, had like a $150 run at, oh, never mind. Abletitious with a gifted membership. That's going to put us down at 45 for tonight. All right, here's the deal I'll make for you. Since it came in right at the buzzer, you guys hammer out that last $45 and try to make it nice and snappy, and I'll try not to beg you too hard. But you got down to that last 45. Helgi, Adam Simon, Abletitious, you got us right under the wire. Reels just got gifted a membership, pass that one along. 85 gifted memberships away from 400. Why don't we knock out that last 45 nice and quick? And then we'll have a fun last extra half hour here tonight because you guys have done an amazing job. Thank you, Bapa Shab. I appreciate that. I do. I am an artist. I do believe that I'm an artist. Oh, does Reels not like Steel Toe? Did we just piss him off? Uh-oh, we might have pissed off Reels. We might have pissed off Reels by giving him a membership. Oh, you guys are really going to hate this one. You're going to call him fake. He always gets called fake. Steven with $50.
They are afraid.
It's another win for the toe, Reels. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. Cope and seethe.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
It also is going to put Steven on the list. Where does he go? Where's he going? Right behind Stephanie. There you go. Make room. Steven now in third place. 12 Mai Tai Todd in fourth. And TDR Shit Show is now in the cuck chair with $43. Hunter falling out of the cuck chair. Another day, another perfect day for the toe. Thank you very much, Steven. That's very nice of you. Oh, they're saying we made fun of Reels and we made him cry. He can be a fan. He can love the show. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. He's going to tell his daddy that you laughed at him. Well, they are very sensitive. They get very, very sensitive about me making fun of them, and I don't understand why. Leah says, I love giving memberships to people who hate you, LOL. It is fun. It's like, and we don't take it seriously. Like, it's a show. We don't fucking care. We all talk shit at each other. We're mean to each other. It's silly. But you say one, like, these people will follow you around. They'll go wherever you go. They'll want footage and pictures and video of you. And you just take one playful little jab and they lose their shit. All right, now that we hit the goal, I don't need you fucking people, so I'm just going to go. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's see. Let's help out Helgi here. How to grill sweet corn. Let's help the guy out. Can we get a real quick video on this? Here we go.
Drive 20 minutes from my house and you'll find fields and fields of corn. So I'm going to show 3 ways to grill it up. Husk 2 ears of corn, leaving one completely naked, and wrapping the other one completely in foil like you would a Chipotle burrito.
There you
go.
go.
For the third method, leave the corn in husk, but soak it in water first. Now head on out to your grill and set it to a high heat. After preheating, go ahead and lay all your ears of corn directly across the grill grates.
Are you paying attention, Helgi? I'm only going to play this for you once.
Regardless of how you prepped your corn, the cooking time and method is exactly the same. Turn the corn every 4 to 5 minutes on the grill, shifting around to avoid hot and cool spots if necessary. Grill your corn for about 15 to 20 minutes total, or until tender. After 20 minutes on my grill, this is what they look like, but let's get the foil and the husk removed. The corn grilled in husk has the least char, but the most plump kernels. The foil wrapped one has medium char, and the naked corn has the most char and most crunchy kernels. Let me know.
There you go. That's Chicago Griller letting you know. You got it, Helgi. Thank you for the $5, Helgi. I hope we helped. I hope we helped you. Oh, man. They're loving that. They are loving the gifting memberships to people who hate the toe. My Lost Interest says memberships call out lurkers. That is a great point, and I think that's probably what they hate so much, is it points out that you listen to a lot of toe. As it shows, like, again, I am the shock jock. I know they hate that term too, but it is like the scene in Private Parts. The people who hate you listen longer because they need to know what you're going to say next. They hang on every word. Dude, they hang on my every word so much that they gaslight other podcasters into thinking they like them when all they want to hear is what Aaron's going to say next. I don't broadcast enough for these people. They need to turn on other channels because they're like, maybe there will be more toe, because they have to see what Aaron's going to say next. They can deny it all they want, but they're all pig vomit. They're all pig, and they give me thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of views. I think between Rumble and YouTube, we're in the hundreds of thousands of views every month with like 50,000 unique people. That's not even counting Kick, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. But like, we get hundreds of thousands of more that belong to us, that are people who want to watch me. And it does make me smile. Like, that's what you get into this for eyeballs. You get into this for eyeballs, and it doesn't matter what kind of eyeballs they are. All right, check this out. I don't know if Bapa Shab is still with me right now, but this next clip, I really have to be quiet and watch it with you, because if I pause it and I just say what I impulsively think, like, okay, with what's going on in the Middle East right now, it's made me question like what I was taught in history class, right? Because I'm like, what if people got fucking out of control at some point historically in the last few thousand years? Let's say people really got out of fucking control and the rest of society went, they're damaging and destroying the fabric of our society. We need to do something. They are aggressing against us in this way. Like this is not victimless. Something needs to be done. And it's got me thinking about that. Like I wasn't at any of these places, so I don't know. But when I saw this video from this gay guy who's doing a surrogacy thing and the way he talks about infant life and the way he talks about creating life, you want to talk about eugenics and you want to talk about mental illness and you want to talk about people who just, you can tell a lot about a person and a group of people by how they value human life. And if they don't value human life and see it as something to be toyed and manipulated with, they are the most dangerous fucking people in the world. And I don't care how much they smile at you. Let's go ahead and watch this. And if I don't play this all the way through, I might say something I'll regret.
Quick recap, we're having 2 babies. We bought 40 frozen eggs from our egg donor. 28 of those eggs survived the thawing process and then were fertilized. 12 of those fertilized eggs did not develop into usable embryos. So that makes 16 embryos that were sent to PGT testing. And we just got in those PGT testing results. Starting with Joshua's side, his one embryo that was rated good to average came back as chaotic, which checks out. That one is no longer usable.
Do you understand what he's saying? Do you understand what he's doing? These are fertilized eggs that are now growing into babies. And these 2 gay guys are just fucking throwing them away because the genetic testing that they got done doesn't create the super baby they want. This is some Brave New World shit that I want no part of. This needs to be stopped immediately. Genetic engineered designer babies. This is fucking gross. And I'm sorry, there is a troubling pattern emerging in certain communities when it comes to children, raising children, and in this case, breeding or growing children that is really, really fucking dangerous. And if you're sitting there with a microphone on the internet bragging about this, this is fucking wrong.
This one, which was originally graded good, came back aneuploid. Chromosome 13 only had 1 in the pair. On my side, the one that was originally graded as bad indeed came back aneuploid. Its chromosome 13 also only had 1 in the pair. This one, which was originally graded as good, came back with no DNA detected. So that's no longer usable. This one, too, which was also originally graded as good, came back aneuploid. Chromosome number 4 only had 1 in the pair. Lastly, this one, which was originally graded good to average, came back as high mosaic. Chromosome number 2 had 3 when it was supposed to have 2. All in all, we're so happy that we decided.
You understand, as he's describing these embryos, he's discarding them, eliminating them. I don't want to hear people like this lecture me on the fucking Nazis. I don't want to hear them because this is what I mean. Maybe if a culture sees a group of people doing things like this, does it not stand to reason that people might develop a resentment towards people who do things like this?
To purchase as many frozen eggs as we could, 40, because that leaves us with these 10 embryos for 2 babies. And we're told that the majority of journeys take 2 to 3 transfers to get pregnant. We've decided which embryo on both sides that we want to transfer to our 2 surrogates.
They're just playing with life
as we do the transfers and as we find out whether or not we're pregnant, and continue to be transparent.
You won't be pregnant. You're gay. Be gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay. Be gay, be married. No kids. Kids are for mommy and dad. Yeah, we should have drawn the line. This is where millennials fucked up. We fucked this up. And I'm part of that because I was with the gay marriage thing. I was like, come on, let them get married. What the fuck's the problem? We opened up a Pandora's box. It's a give an inch, take a mile kind of a thing. We really made a huge fucking mistake. They could have had anything else. Civil unions, partnerships, benefit sharing, all, but not marriage. We shouldn't have done it. It's because this is wrong. This is fucked up. This is just creating life to destroy it. You know? This is, how do I do this? This is what I'm really trying not to, because I'm very emotional about this. This is really fucked up. It's the pride in it. It's the happiness in it. It's how tickled you are that you're making a designer baby. You're just playing with life. You shouldn't be allowed to have children if this is how you see life. You don't cherish it. You see it as a creation to celebrate you. This is my problem with mothers of trans children. You're not doing this because you think it's what's best for the kid. You think it makes you look a certain way. This is for the aggrandizement of you. This is to notice you. Oh, man. Crowder wears panties. Okay, this is funny. This kind of backs me off a little bit. This is how Nick Fuentes was born. Leah says, dude, I know gay parents who are better parents than hetero ones. I can find you anomalies and all sorts of things. I just don't think there's been a lot of problems. Let's just put it that way. There's been a lot of problems, and it's kind of like the illegal immigrant thing, you know, where people say like, oh, come on, people who are here legally commit those same crimes. I know, but we don't have to invite it here. We don't have to allow it. 09 Canyon says, gay marriage is fine as long as it comes with a sense of fidelity. Open marriage is asking for trouble. I mean, I wouldn't know, but I'd agree with you. Leah says there are heterosexual couples that do this kind of shit too. Yeah, and it's fucking weird. Designer I agree with Abolitious. Designer babies that's fucking satanic. It really is. El Diablo with $2 says, what year did you transition? I'm eyeing 2029, I think. Guillermo, handyman to the stars, says, who cut your hair with a pencil sharpener? How dare you? She was a nice lady. Can't believe that you would say something like that to someone you revere so deeply. We've got more for tonight. Let's do the... that one's a bummer. Oh, how about the guy who threatened to kill some kids over ding-dong ditching? I like that one. That's a good one. Put the fear of God into him a little bit. You know, I'm not saying we didn't do any ding-dong ditching when I was a kid. But, oh, my Dildog. Dildog, what a fucking sweetie. Look at this. This is going towards tomorrow. Dildog with $49.99 says, I just want you to know that we were all behind you. You are a master and commander at the mic. We salute you. Your boy didn't do too bad, but we're all better watching you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We are now $40 into tomorrow. Brian with $2 says, how much for you to shave your head for the goal? I'm going to say... 2,500. And if you don't like that answer, don't ask the question. Because I just, by the way, I got to put Dildog in the standings there. There we go. Now, 12 Mai Tai Todd is in the cuck chair. And TDR Shit Show... Let's see. TDR is now at 43, and he just fell out of the cuck chair. Holy shit. Thank you guys very much. And thank you, Abe, as well for the $2. Oh, my God. What the hell's going on? What the hell is going on? MSO says fake. Chernabog says fake and gay. That can't be fake and gay. Leah says we had fertility issues and didn't want to do IVF and didn't have to because how the hell do you decide what to do with the remaining embryos? It's weird, right? And I don't mind people who want to try to have children and they do the IVF thing because they can't conceive naturally. Let me be very clear. It's the genetic, and this is a real thing. This was just an example of it. Designer babies, genetic designer babies. People will do this and they will discard what they see as less than desirable embryos. And it's really, really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. My Lost Interest says, how much to shave your pubes and make a pube mustache? $5,000. No, that's way too little. Oh, fuck. Never mind. No, we're not going to do a pube mustache. People start asking me and just start throwing stuff at me, and I go, oh, how about this? How about that? Ah, fuck. I shouldn't have done that. El Diablo with $5. Oh, guys, I think we got El Diablo. I think El Diablo's a little upset. They're always mad when it doesn't go their way. How does it feel to know you're the new stuttering John? I mean, I'm not. I know you want me to be, but I was never as successful as he was. Neither are any of the people talking about him. I have to say that. And also, I know you tried to make it a thing, and I know it hurts you very much that it didn't happen. But hey, kid, as long as you keep your eyeballs on me and keep throwing money at me, I appreciate that. Maybe someday you can tell yourself that enough that it'll come true. From radio, I think I have never heard of you. Yes, you have. To begging every day, sad life. I gotta say, I enjoy my life. I know you don't. I apologize. You could just stop looking at it, but I'm far too compelling. And that's what you have to admit and live with. Thank you, El Diablo. I'm just fucking with you, buddy. I know you guys take this shit way too seriously, but try to have fun with us. Many others have converted from the crazy, mentally ill world you come from, and they find themselves enjoying themselves much more. You know what? Now I'm for eliminating the embryos because we never would have ended up with El Diablo. Helgi says, stop giving Aaron too much credit. Why do trolls give money? Because they can't stop. They need it. They need me. T. Duden says, you kept this show going for years. That is pretty successful. I think they are. I think it does upset them. And I shouldn't take as much joy in it as I do. But I do. I do take joy in it. And this is all of this, all of the attention, all of the money, all of it. It's all just another win for the toe. And it drives them nuts. All right, let's do the ding dong ditch thing. And then I think we're going to be out of time after that. I just had to give you guys a little extra because you have been phenomenal tonight. Thank you so much. Make sure to hit like and hit subscribe on your way out. And if you're rattled and struck and shook and you can't get views without the toe, I apologize, but I'm glad to have you on my coattails, my friends. Glad to have you on my coattails. And look, I empathize. Lawyer fees are a bitch. You'll find out. It's not fun. But Jay, you'll get past it. I promise. All right, let's go to the guy who almost killed some kids over ding-dong ditching. This is good. Skybrick with $2 says, the money keeps rolling in, haters, LOL, Team Toe. We really did piss them off tonight. I mean, we did something to get them. We definitely triggered the shit out of them tonight. And thank you for the money that comes with it. All right, let's go to the ding-dong ditch thing. This is good because I've done this before. When I was a kid, we did this. And when we did it, we really felt like we got one over on somebody. We really felt like this was an accomplishment. Like, ding-dong ditch, that guy looks like a dick. I think if somebody would have shoved a gun in our face or chased us down, that would have been the last one.
A ding-dong ditch prank by a group of teenagers. Nothing new necessarily, but it's now got a Frisco homeowner facing felony charges. And Frisco PD say that the prank is going around again, all around the country, in fact, all because of social media challenge.
No, this is good. This is actually a positive. First of all, old men are getting exercise, chasing people down and trying to kill them. That's a plus. Number two, kids are getting outside. And this is desperate because you see all the 50-plus-year-olds, the fat kind of PDF phenotypes that obsess over steel toe and watch me every day and have that conflict, probably from a lack of attention from dad, that they can't admit that they're in love with the program that I do and they're compelled by it. Those people didn't get outside. Those people ended up remarkably stunted, complete failures, and living in a world that's so small and tragic. These kids are getting outside. They're ringing doorbells. They're running away. They're getting in trouble. They're having a normal childhood. This is good. This is going to lead to a generation of more normal people than the ones who missed their meds.
Go figure. Marissa Armasto today looking at this case and also the serious warning for parents.
Usually it's pretty quiet at night.
The 6500 block of Scottsdale Way is usually pretty calm, but on the night of July 28th, Frisco resident Medina Wong says noise outside her home left her startled.
I think was like bang, 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 bang. It was pretty loud, yeah. But I was lying there on the living room, so it was just loud, yeah. I thought it was kind of gunshot.
Police say
I gotta fucking check my racism every once in a while. I hear an Asian, it's complimentary, but at the same time, like when I hear an Asian person say loud with an L, I go, hey, good job. And that's not good. That's still kind of racist.
58-year-old Damon Wolf, who lives across the street from Medina, fired the shots. He allegedly shot at a group of teens who knocked on his door as part of a ding-dong ditch prank.
I like this, though. This is part of the risk. This is the part of the danger of the game. It's a fuck around and find out moment. They're fine. Nobody got shot. Nobody died. If somebody dies for Ding Dong Ditch, they're instantly a legend.
What started out as a prank, ding dong ditching a house, turned into something that could have had potentially deadly consequences.
Police say Wolf called 911 just before 11 p.m. that night to turn it.
That's the thing. You never think of that when you're a kid because you've never gone through any kind of adversity, but try to consider the person that you're ding-dong ditching and just wonder, you never stop to think, what kind of day have they had? What's their year been like? What have the last couple of weeks been like for them? Does this guy just get divorced? Did he just lose his job? Did his mom and dad just die horrifically in a car accident? Maybe he's having a real fuck it day and the ding-dong ditch is going to set him over the top.
Himself in, telling dispatchers that he had shot at someone who tried to kick in his door.
We found the vehicle later in the evening, shortly after the incident. The kids did not want to report it because, certainly they were out doing these
busy cleaning shit out of their pants.
Pranks, and I don't think they realized the gravity of everything that had occurred.
Police arrested Wolf on August 7th, then charged him with 3 counts of aggravated assault.
Why isn't this considered self-defense?
Well, you can't. Look, I'm all for shooting people who fuck around on their property. I'm pretty, ironically, liberal in terms of what I'll allow when it comes to people defending their property. But you can't, somebody ringing your doorbell, you can't just blow them away. And especially if they run away, you can't shoot people running away. It doesn't matter what they're doing. So by this standard, anyone who rings your doorbell, you can shoot them.
In this situation, the homeowner went beyond defending his home. He ran out into a street. He fired shots into a vehicle as it was coming his direction, and then as it had already passed him. And certainly there's a lot of risk associated with where those bullets could go.
Tonight, authorities and neighbors are urging parents to talk to their kids about the dangers of participating in these pranks and social media.
No. Hold on. Now, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. We've got a little momentum here. We've got kids that are actually going outside and doing things. They're active outdoors. I don't know if we want to lose that necessarily. A lot of people in the chat are saying this is a fuck around and find out situation. Oh, Aboliticious writes, remember, kids, steel-toe derangement syndrome leads to AIDS, Aaron Imholt derangement syndrome. Dude, there's so many people that are too far gone. It's really too bad. And if you can't do content without using me, guess what? I own you too, bitch. You're mine as well, because I don't need any of them to create content. So they need to hang on as tight as they can to those coattails. Brian says it's not just ringing the doorbell. They beat or kick on the door like it's a home invasion, which is why they get shot at a lot. Which is why, like I said, I'm not necessarily against this guy doing it. I think it's a good way to keep people in check. I'm just saying if he faces criminal charges for it, I also understand. Because it is going above and beyond. Like, again, they're running away. Helgi says they need to learn some discipline. This ain't VR, bitch. Get off my lawn. T. Duden says, first ding-dong ditch, then selling crack. You know, you've seen it 1,000 times. And Brian says, no one is shooting at kids for just ringing a doorbell. Well, yeah, this guy claims that they were like trying to kick in his door too. And I do remember when you would ding dong ditch, you would ring the doorbell and you would start hammering on the door and shit. So that's possible too. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. You got extra time because you've been so fucking wonderful. Guys, we triggered the shit out of everybody. We notched more W's for the toe, gained more subs. I'm the best in the business. There's no doubt in it. And good luck with those bills. If you need any help, let me know. I can guide you through the process. And you're probably going to lose. All right, take it easy. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow morning. And remember, I'm just fucking with you. Stop being so goddamn sensitive.